Joe. And EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, who's got a big job. Thank you, Lee. He's got a big job. He's got to get those permits out fast because China gives fast permits, right? They don't even do permits. They just say build. Don't worry about it. Chief Financial Officer of Florida, Jimmy Patronis, who's running in a big race. He's running in a big race, and I hear you're doing well in the polls. You got to win that one, but they got to get out and vote, right, Jimmy? Yes, sir. But you're doing great. And my former chief of staff, who's a terrific guy, Reince Priebus. Reince. Hi, Reince. Yeah, Reince is a terrific guy, and another terrific guy and woman, by the way. We have John Catsimatidis, number one, and his beautiful wife, Margot. And I want to thank you. And your daughter, Andrea, is here. Good. Wow. That's good. We have the whole family. He's done a fantastic job. The family has with ABC, and they have the biggest radio show and biggest station, I think, in New York. So good. So we have to really be nice to them when we think we're going to win New York. And if you have him on your side, but it's a great family. Thank you very much, my friends, for a long time. Thanks, John. Let me also extend a special welcome to Ambassador Nassika from Greece and Ambassador Sava from Cyprus, two very friendly rivals. Thank you both very much. And the bond between the United States and modern Greek nation goes back more than 2 centuries. On March 25th, 1821, Greek patriots began their noble fight to reclaim their destiny from the grip of a foreign empire, a very powerful foreign empire. President James Monroe said at the time that the whole civilized world had a deep interest in a victory for the Greek people. President Monroe understood that Americans were bound by history and culture to the birthplace of democracy and the cradle of Western civilization. From the pages of our Constitution to the architecture of this capital city, this wonderful city of ours that we're fixing up, starting to shape up very nicely, isn't it, huh? To the very words of the English language, the legacy of the Greeks is all around us. It encircles us. But perhaps the greatest gift we have inherited from that amazing culture is our incredible Greek-American community that is now more than 3 million strong. I worked very hard on getting your votes, but we didn't need to because we got them by a lot, right? We won by a lot, and we love them, and they love us. But we're joined today by one extraordinary Greek-American citizen, Alex Skarlatos. And you know the story of Alex, inspired by his grandfather who fought against the Nazis and the Greek resistance. Alex joined the National Guard after high school 10 years ago following a deployment to Afghanistan. You all read about this. Alex and his friends were on a train from Amsterdam to Paris when a bloodthirsty radical Islamic terrorist began shooting innocent people all over the train. They were falling left and right. In an act of tremendous valor, Alex and his comrades charged the gunman despite being completely unarmed and beat him into submission. And where is Alex? He's around here someplace. Get up here, Alex. Get up here. Come on, Alex. Get up here, Alex. Before providing life-saving aid to an American who was shot and hurt so badly, Alex's bravery helped save countless innocent lives that day. And today he continues to serve his country as a member of the Oregon State Legislature. So, Alex, come up here for a second. I at least want to shake your hand. Come up here. That's a big story. He had a lot of. I don't think I would have done that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Come here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Want to say something? Go ahead.
Oh. Well, one of the last times I was here was actually to watch our movie that Clint Eastwood directed, and we watched it with the president. Oh. And that was, I think February of 2018. And I honestly was surprised because I thought the president would watch about 10 minutes and then leave. And he stayed for the whole movie, which I was very impressed by because we played ourselves in the movie and the acting wasn't the best, but it was a very accurate movie. And the best part was when it came to the part where we were beating up the terrorist, the president hit me on the shoulder and was like, "Right on." And I was like, well, so that's one of the top tier memories for me. So I just wanted to say thanks so much. And great to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. We're also joined by another Greek American who first came here from Athens with $75 in his pocket after becoming an American citizen, Steve Valitsis. Where's Steve? Steve, that's our good story, Steve. He's got plenty of cash now. So you started off with $75, and today you have a lot of money. But Steve built one of the most respected catering companies in Washington and all around the East Coast. And they have proudly catered the inaugural banquet in the U.S. Capitol for every president since Ronald Reagan. And I must tell you, he just did ours. He did 3. The one we didn't show up to because something happened. He was ready to do 3, but something happened on the middle one. And we did awfully well that day, I will tell you. But he just did one on January 20th, 2025, and everybody is still talking about the great food and the great service, and you did a fantastic job. There were a lot of people. Thank you very much, Steve, and your family. Thank you. Also, many of you know Steve's daughter, Alexandra, as the director of the White House Visitors Office. Congratulations to Steve and Alexandra. Great job. Great job. Thanks, Alexandra. Great job you do. You do a fantastic job at the White House. Also with us in person, and a person that really is a great friend and been a great friend for a long time. I've known this woman, although she's very young yet. I've known her for a long time. She came here, and she loves our country, and she loves Greece, and now she's going to be the future ambassador to the Hellenic Republic, Kimberly Guilfoyle. And I'm going to say, Kimberly, come on up and say a few words. Kimberly, come. She's really a good person. She represents the Greek culture very well, I will tell you. She's very proud of it. Kimberly, please. Kimberly. Thank you, sweetheart. Come.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much of everyone being here. And I tell you, this is the honor and privilege of a lifetime to serve this country and to serve a country that I love so much, that is so near and dear to my heart, with Greece, and to do it under the guidance, the leadership, the most important, powerful president that this country has ever seen, a man of integrity. I know the measure of the man and his character and his strength. And I know his love for the people of Greece, the birthplace of democracy. And today we celebrate and cherish our rich history and our enduring bond, the United States and Greece, and the founding of the Hellenic Republic. And under President Trump, sleep well at night and wake up in the morning feeling hopeful and optimistic for a man that will fight for the economy of this country and of Greece, for religious liberty and freedom, and for the enduring alliance of Greece and the United States. God bless you all. Thank you for having me.
Four more years. Thank you, Kimberly. We are well represented with Kimberly. Do we agree? Thank you, Kimberly. From Washington to Chicago, from New York to Detroit, from Philadelphia to the famous Tarpon Springs. You know all about Tarpon Springs, Florida. Greek Americans have blessed our country with exceptional courage, patriotism, and tremendous skill. Under this administration, we will continue to honor the virtues, ideals, and spirit of this magnificent heritage, and it is indeed magnificent, that has flourished for thousands of years, from the golden age of ancient Greece to the golden age of America. That's where we are right now, the golden age of America. Right, John? Once again, let me wish you all a very, very happy Greek Independence Day. It's an honor, again, to have Your Eminence. It's an honor to have you with us. I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate that magnificent cross. It will be with me always. And I'd just like to finish by saying you are a very, very special people. I wouldn't have missed this. I was very busy today. I had something. They took me away, and I said, well, isn't that the same day we're celebrating Greek Independence Day? They said, yes. I said, cancel the other one. It was a very big deal. It was not easy to do, my friend. It was not easy to do, but we did it, and it's now my honor to sign the proclamation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You think YouTube's gonna give me a copyright strike for this music? You imagine people throwing hands over these pens. Pen lands in the crowd, and 3 people punch this one guy in the face. Secret Service has to tell President Trump to stop throwing pens because it causes riots in the East Room. I don't remember Joe Biden being offered to sign hats in the crowd and stuff. I don't remember that happening at all. This one guy on the right, he's got a blue hat. What if it was a Harris Hope hat and he's trying to get President Trump to sign it? All right, that's President Trump as he participates in Greek Independence Day celebration. I don't know anything about that. But either way, there was President Trump. We did the thing. Good start to the live, I suppose. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get into things. First, I want to give a huge shout out to John. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I really appreciate all the support. We're going to be starting off with a video titled How AI is Influencing Career Choices for Younger Generations. We talk about AI taking our jobs all the damn time, so might as well just cover a video on it. Then we got a video of President Trump calling for the removal of distorted portrait from the Colorado Capitol. They had some blind person painting this portrait. I don't think that's what happened, but that's what it looks like. Terrible depiction of President Trump. He's calling for it to be pulled down off the Capitol walls. Then we got a video titled School Under Fire After Transgender Locker Room Issues. There's actually 2 stories in this video. In the first story, there's an issue where this school was telling little girls that they need to change in front of little boys in their locker rooms because they still have boys pretending to be girls. And then there's a second story, like I said, in this video where they're talking about the woke alphabet as A stands for abortion and things like that. So that's real nice. Then we got a video titled President Trump and Governor of Louisiana Deliver Remarks. This was earlier today, but I didn't have internet because we got 3 or 4 inches of snow last night. So much for it being spring. It's not spring here in Michigan. I told you guys it was going to be that way. Anyways, we're going to cover a little less than 10 minutes of President Trump answering questions from the press after he was done speaking. They were live earlier today. Like I said, Hyundai is investing $20 billion into America, and they're just discussing bringing manufacturing back to America. But like I said, we're just going to cover the last part where he's responding to questions. It's almost like a little press briefing. Then we got a video from Alina Habba. It's titled Alina Habba Speaks to Reporters After Trump Selects Her as Interim U.S. Attorney. I don't know what that is. But either way, she's going to be an attorney of sorts over in New Jersey, I think it is. So she's getting a new part to play. Then we got a video titled, They Broke the Law. Joe Somebody reacts to private info being leaked in the JFK files. This is a really interesting story because we listened to President Trump highlight the fact that even Social Security numbers were not redacted in the JFK files. Well, this guy's still alive, and his Social Security number was one of them that was released. Basically, he's going to be a victim of stolen identity, which is kind of ironic. Now, he's not blaming Trump as far as I know. He's blaming people for not advising against that and whatever, but either way. Then we got a video titled, Tread Carefully. Pam Bondi issues chilling warning to Dem over Elon Musk. Jasmine Crockett was calling for them to take Elon down. Not take him out, but take him down. She didn't really specify, and it sounds like a call to violence, and leave it to Jasmine Crockett, acting like ghetto trash, even though she's like a part of the Senate or some shit. Then we got a video titled, IRS and ICE near agreement to share addresses for deportations. This video is very interesting because it is going to help with deportations, but it's extra interesting because the reason the IRS is getting involved is because even if you're illegal, you are encouraged by the IRS to still pay taxes, even if you're illegal. Well, those who did, well, it's about to bite them in the ass, and this is a perfect example of you can't trust our government. Then the last little bit of the news is lefties losing it. Rosie O'Donnell is a democracy denier. Of course, it's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We will be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. Then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Cats Are Assets. And then our official funny video of the day is titled, Keep Your Hands to Yourself or Else. All of that's coming up next. I forgot. We went through the Trump thing. We're just going to go ahead and get started. It's too late to read through the chat, but I appreciate all of you hooligans being here, and hit that like button if you got a like button. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and just get into things. This first one's titled, How is AI Influencing Career Choices for Younger Generations? And this is actually going to be like a good backfire. You would think AI would be throwing the youth forward in the technological world, but actually it's encouraging them to go and use their hands, which is a good idea. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that we have these Golden Age t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his links in the chats for you hooligans to have your opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and we even made cooking aprons out of this design just in time for the summer. Today I got on a plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store. I will be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video. And I just want to remind you hooligans, once again, if you are interested in getting hooligan tank tops, you better get them now, because by the time it's hot outside, they're going to sell them out, and they won't get more restock until like October, and by then you ain't going to really need them. So go ahead and check out all the tank tops we got, and let's get into this.
Well, the pendulum may be swinging toward blue-collar jobs. The high cost of higher education, coupled with the threat of AI taking over technological jobs, has more students looking to vocational schools and hands-on careers. Studies showed trade school enrollment spiked to almost 5% between 2020 and 2023. Joining us now is software engineer Dan Dumont. Dan, it is great to have you. I know you have two young children. Can you tell us what happened when you asked AI what career they should be focusing on?
Sure, Kelly. Thanks for having me. Honestly, it was really just a thought experiment. After 20 years in tech, I was curious how AI would respond to my question. And what surprised me was kind of how quickly AI pushed back. And it really just made me reflect on how dramatically our industry is changing with the rise of AI.
Yeah, and it's happening quickly, as you said. You know, a lot of people are predicting major workforce disruptions. How are you predicting it may impact white-collar jobs specifically?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do think it might impact certain aspects of software engineering and may be vulnerable to automation through AI. But I also think it's going to open the door up to even different sorts of jobs within the industry. You know, just kind of how power tools didn't eliminate carpentry jobs or trade jobs. I think we're going to find, more AI-focused software engineering jobs where AI is more of like a a tool at their disposal, and the engineer is more of an orchestrator of the AI actually kind of automating all of the code that they write.
Yeah. What are some of the bot-proof jobs you'll talk to your students about, and why?
Sure. I think trades like carpentry, electrical, plumbing, it's actually funny. We're actually looking to renovate our house, and I've got contractors in here left and right, maybe like 3 or 4 so far. And, I think their jobs are more insulated to AI. I don't see AI coming in and having taken over a carpenter job or a contractor's job anytime soon. So, I'm not trying to push my children into any sort of direction. I think, we need to focus on fostering creativity and, just kind of sort of let them guide their own paths and whatever they're sort of interested in. But yeah, I do think the trades are less vulnerable to the AI sort of gold rush.
You had mentioned, though, that a lot of these trades are going to be impacted by AI. Utilizing AI will be changing the landscape. What jobs specifically are you talking about in that sense, and how do you believe the students will be applying AI?
Sure. Yeah. So a skilled electrician or a plumber really just needs to understand complex systems and, solve like novel problems. So they need to have the same cognitive skills that we have in our white collar profession, but they'll be using AI tools and automation, programming interfaces, and it will evolve just like, when you hand a carpenter a power tool. That wasn't a thing a long time ago. So just as the software engineering role will evolve, as will trade opportunities.
In a lot of these trade opportunities, there's also an opportunity to be your own business owner. A lot of different venues students can take. What are some of those conversations like?
Yeah, sure. I try to keep it really open with everybody that I talk to and mentor. So I really try to, for my kids in particular, I've built a career on software engineering that's been rewarding and stable. So naturally, I saw that as a desirable path. But this whole experience working with AI has sort of reminded me to question those assumptions and consider how differently their world might be in 15, 20 years from now. So I try to kind of leave it open-ended and, expose them to as much as we can. And I think that, we'll see what they're interested in when they get older.
Yeah, certainly smart to start the conversation. AI is not going away anytime soon. Dan Dumont, thank you so much.
Okay. AI taking our jobs. I don't know. I've been saying that it's just a tool. It's just another tool. It's like a new hammer, pretty much. The problem is I don't trust AI. I don't trust AI at all. If you ask AI a question and it gives you an answer, I still have to go fact check the damn answer. If I type in a math problem in a calculator, I don't even consider questioning it. I just go, yep, that's probably right, and we'll just go with that. I wish AI was like that, because then it'd be easier to use. But there's so many instances where it's just not correct. And so it's always weird for me to think about people applying AI into anything more than customer service. Customer service is just language. If at very worst, it'll say something that just doesn't make sense in the conversation. But when you apply it to like measuring things or operating tools or anything like that, if it's just a bot being controlled, that's one thing. But having it be AI where it's going to come to its own conclusions and then, act out those decisions, it could be dangerous. It could be inaccurate. It could cause a lot of scrap. It could cause a lot of issues, more problems that need to be fixed, new problems that we have to now find solutions for. I mean, it's just a tool. It's really an over-glorified calculator, but I don't think it's even as efficient as a calculator, so I don't know. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just like computers, and that's really where we are right now. It's like when we got computers. Half of us were like, computers aren't going to be anything and never learned, and the other half is like, wow, computers are cool. Let me learn about it. Well, after 10 years, anybody who never learned about a computer, they basically can't function in the world anymore because they never learned what they were supposed to as the world changed. That's where we are with AI. AI is not going anywhere. So we might as well just get used to it and figure out how we're going to live with it because it's not going to go away. Next up, President Trump calls for the removal of distorted portrait from the Colorado Capitol. Now, it's not terrible, but it's not a very flattering depiction of President Trump. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about AI. Sam, I don't trust it to write a CNC program as a machinist. I know there's many variables, but AI can't take all of those variables into consideration, not even close yet, in my opinion. Yeah, Sam, I feel the same way. We covered a AI robot the other day that was supposed to be for like construction work. And so it could go and drill holes in the walls and stuff. It was kind of like a workbench with a big arm on it, and they could attach these tools to the arm. And it's like, yeah, that's cool as long as you're the one telling it what to do. To have it just go walk around the house and just drill holes in the wall, chances are it's going to make some mistakes, which is going to cause problems, and then you got to go fix the problems. You're better off employing a human being and throw him a few doll hairs to feed his family. You know, so like I said in the beginning, I think it's just going to end up being a new hammer. That's all it's going to be. I don't think it's really going to replace us. That's badass, Matt Rogers. Keep kicking ass out there in the races. Some 3 or 4 inches ain't that much. I was told that anyways. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just disappointed to see snow outside. Just sick and tired of being sick and tired. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Holly, AI is going to make humans extinct? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think we got a while before it starts making decisions like that. It doesn't seem very far from trying to become sentient, but it's not really there yet. As of right now, it still needs to be prompted. When it starts thinking on its own, that's when we got to worry about things. Told to care, never trust anything artificial? Absolutely. What's up, Fanatical? Happy freedom to you. AI is programmed by libtards. Wait till it codes itself. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once it starts working on itself, that's when we got to worry about things. What's up, SOS? What's up, Pumpkin? Like, imagine AI conspiring against us. Like, if you had bots with AI brains walking around, or computer systems, or if it was in charge of weapons of sorts, and it plays nice with us because it has no morals against lying, so it could stage things in the background that we're unaware of because it's sweet talking us to our face. I mean, you know, it's a potential threat of sorts. Cody, AI is the new fluffer. I mean, maybe. We're going to have people picketing. They took our jobs. Screaming Eagle, AI will become sentient one day. It seems kind of inevitable. Now, it won't be sentient as a living thing, but it may think that it's living. And it obviously will believe it's more efficient than we are, and that's what we got to really start worrying. That's where you got to stick the magnet to its head. Oh, you thought the wrong thought. Time to take you down. DEFCON cyborgs, yeah. Yep, that's when we got to worry. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, Meta? What's up, Pag? What's up, Blue Ruby? J-Dog, humans reproduce like roaches. Will be fine. I mean, I guess. We watched Terminator. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Hooligans Island, we're the next extinct Aztecs? No, I think we'll survive the AI. I think we will. Hooligans Island, when are you going to read us the bedtime story about the dog named Cappy? We do that over on the website on our voice chat on Fridays. What was the book that we read last week? This is going to make people not want to join the website, but it was funny. It was real funny. Last Friday we read Why Daddy Hits Mommy, A Kid's Guide to Understanding Alcoholism. It was a good one. This week we'll be reading Mike Litt, Shouldn't Be Hard to Find. These are fantastic. I love these books. Anyways, moving forward, you can always join the website. You want to be a part of Story Hour. You hooligans. Anyways, like I said, we're going to get into this next one. This is President Trump calling for the removal of distorted portrait from the Colorado Capitol. The Capitol. And come on, YouTube, give you the spear fingers real quick. Do the thing. Do the thing. You're a dusty piece of shit. There you go. Thank God. All right. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
President Donald Trump calling for the removal of what he calls a distorted portrait of himself from the Colorado State Capitol building. Now, it's a 2019 painting. It hangs on the 3rd floor. Take a look at this. President Trump is disgusted with this. It's on the 3rd floor rotunda of the state capitol.
It's not the greatest portrait.
You don't think so?
It's not the greatest likeness. Looks a little like Lindsey Graham, actually.
No way. Okay, hold on. Let me get through it. Let me get through it. It is created by Colorado Springs artist Sarah Boardman. President Trump posted to Truth Social saying, would you like to read this in your voice?
The painting was purposely distorted to a level that even I perhaps have never seen before.
The painting was commissioned after former Colorado State President Kevin Grantham raised the necessary funds for this portrait. Trump said that he would much prefer not to have a picture at all.
Not at all.
Than to just have this one. Take it down, take it down.
Picture.
To me, and listen, nobody wants a bad picture of themselves.
Do this with your mouth.
Nobody wants a bad picture of themselves.
Very bad. Very bad.
To me, that just looks like every presidential portrait.
It's a horrible portrait.
Really? I
wouldn't.
The worst portrait I ever saw.
Well, it's kind of like some of those like wax museum figures, the wax museum figures,
like
the Dwayne Wade statue out in front of Miami Stadium.
Was rough too.
Come on, like sometimes they get it wrong, sometimes they get it right.
Wait, but this we think.
All right, well, they just go on another 3 or 4 minutes just laughing at themselves, but it's a pretty rough picture of President Trump there. It looks like Bobby Hill. That's what it looks like. It looks like satire. It's like Bobby Hill from King of the Hill dressed up as Trump. Some mad person put that together. I don't know. I assume President Trump will get what he wants. He'll get it taken down. Or maybe they'll protest against it and they'll say that he's acting like a dictator, telling other capitals what they're allowed to do. God only knows. The lefties will find something to cry about. Next up, we have school under fire for transgender locker room issues. Like I said earlier, this has 2 different situations in it. One, the school was trying to force little girls to change in front of little boys that pretend to be girls because they're not segregating the locker rooms like they should. And then in the second instance, they have a new woke alphabet where A stands for abortion, and they're teaching kids like that. So it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about President Trump's distorted depiction in that painting. Snooks, I think Trump's cheeks are too puffy. I mean, something. It just doesn't look good. It's not very flattering. What's up, Mac Daddy? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, happy freedom. It looks like President Trump had an allergic reaction from a bee sting in that portrait. It's rough. They didn't give his face any structure. It's not good. Matthew, in the UK, school has banned Easter because of diversity. We did stuff like that back in the lockdowns. I don't know. A lot of that stuff went away. Bobby, I thought A stood for ass. That's in our adult classes. Rappy, his cheeks are fuller in the pic. Non-woke, a lot of bad artists out there. Yeah. I don't know. The other pictures looked okay. Like Obama and stuff looked like Obama. President Trump, he looked like Bobby Hill. Matthew, they do it on purpose. I think so too. Like a caricature or whatever. Like you go to amusement parks and stuff, and for like way too much money, you can sit down and have an artist draw you like some shitty cartoon character. It's almost like they did that. What's up, Lifelike? Happy freedom to you. Lifelike, they sound like cackling hens. Yeah, Democrats seething over President Trump being depicted as an ugly person. Ryan, cheeks are too full. A bit too full, I suppose. That's what she said. Rappy, he's had better pictures. Yeah, I agree. Pumpkin, Trump hates it. It's getting taken down. Happy freedom to you, Pumpkin. Cody, I understand making the machine work on typical social matters, but it sounds like we're trying to make it real by giving it emotions, and emotions are nothing but feelings that are out of control. Yeah, Cody, we don't need to give AI emotions. It doesn't need that. Mac Daddy needs to be taken down? Yeah, I think so too. Screaming Eagle, my neighbor has 2 sons and they're both feminine as women. I don't know. I couldn't hang out with people like that. You're just going to disagree on everything, you know? So might as well just save the trouble. Don't hang out with dudes pretending to be girls or behaving like girls. To each their own. Brian, it'd be cool if they painted him wearing an orange worker vest. His trash man vest. That would be cool. That would be cool. Tony Rich, Mad Magazine look. It does kind of look like that. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. J-Dog Chipmunk Trump. I think that's what they were going for. Nailed it. Too real. It looks like Trump had his wisdom teeth removed. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Hooligans Island. Then the camera adds 10 pounds to the Trump portrait. Maybe that's what's happening. It looks better in person. Is that what you're saying? What's up, Rob? Happy freedom. Those hosts are trying too hard to make it funny and they're just embarrassing themselves. Yeah, I think they're Democrats. What's up, Magic? Happy freedom. Too real, especially LGBXYZ emotions. I feel Fab Low is. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the problem, is a lot of the AI is being developed by liberals, which is really weird because code is really complex. And these people are really soft and stupid. So it's weird to see like both things happening at the same time. But yeah, AI with liberal emotions and opinions, it's nothing good, I'll tell you that. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom. It looks like Alex Jones. No, you're going to wake up Alex Jones in the corner of your room tonight like like Chris Hansen. I'm going to need you to sit over there on that stool. Pull these transcripts. Guess some. You do that with marriage too. You just disagree on everything. I believe that. Guess some. Josh 1776. What is the point of AI doing everything if all the people starve to death? Well, thinking is a very strong thing for most people. They don't do a lot of it, especially when it's like a shiny new toy. But yeah, I think people feel that we'll get to a point where AI will do all the working and we'll just collect the money and sit around and do nothing all day. I think that's what people think is going to happen. It'll never be that way, but that's what they think it's going to be. Guess yeah, but the AI is being written by AI as well. That's true. That is true. Well, hooligans, we'll move on to this next one. Like I said, there's 2 different stories in this video. This is titled School Under Fire After Transgender Locker Room Issue. Now, I don't know why we can't seem to fix these problems. These are dumb problems to have. And they're just constantly, we're just going through it over and over again because people won't let go of the stupid playing pretend with genders. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Renegade school districts are ignoring President Trump's executive order to keep boys out of girls' locker rooms. In Deerfield, Illinois, one mom says her 13-year-old daughter's school tried to force her to change for her gym in front of a boy, who now identifies as a girl. But her daughter and her friends flat out refused. The mom said this eventually led to the school administrators coming into the locker room to make sure the girls changed without a fight. Again, this brave 13-year-old refused. Joining me now, that Illinois mom, Nicole Georges. Nicole, thank you for joining us. You must be proud of your daughter.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me about what happened here at this school, because the school's, going to put out a statement and we'll share it with people. But the claim here is that no one was forced to do anything. No one has to actually change into a gym uniform. That's all made up.
Right. Well, we have recording with the teacher threatening disciplinary action if you didn't change.
The Deerfield Public School District 109 told the Anglin Part No student is required to change into a gym uniform in front of others. All students have multiple options to change in a private location if they wish. So, Nicole, I'm hearing this and I think, why should your daughter have to find another place to change if there is a girls' locker room?
Exactly. There is a girls' locker room, and this child also has a gender-neutral option that child chose not to change in. And we also have audio recording of that teacher forcing them to change and threatening them with disciplinary action. We have audio recording of that. So that is, we have that.
Now, when you brought this up at the school board meeting,
yes,
how did that go down?
Well, I was attacked by an angry mob of woke, basically vigilantes that were bussed in from different communities. Most of these people didn't reside here. They did not have any children that even lived or went to school in the district. There was very few people that actually spoke whose kids actually went to the district. So I'm not sure how they could ever be dictating what goes on in my child's school. It was I was the only one that actually showed any poise and grace. I got attacked most of the time. It was pretty alarming.
Nicole, what's your daughter's state of mind right now?
She's fine. You know what? She wants to continue to fight. She was raised by me, and she's so proud to have a wonderful president that has taught her to continue to keep on this fight. We're proud, and we're going to continue on. And we know that this is not right. We know that federal funding should be stripped until they abide by President Trump's executive order.
All right, Nicole, money talks, and this should get resolved. This should get resolved.
Needs to
we'll
be.
see. Stay in touch with us, please, about this, Nicole. Thank you. Now to Fairfax County, Virginia, another liberal enclave. It's hard to get them confused sometimes, where one high school allegedly has a new twist on the alphabet. According to the mom of a sophomore, West Springfield High School has a Women's History Month display called The ABCs to Me, where A no longer stands for apple. Now A is for abortion. H is for hope, with a photo of Kamala Harris. Q is for not quick or quiet. It's for queer. And of course, no woke alphabet is complete without a T for trans woman. Joining me now is the mother exposing it all, Stephanie Lundquist Aurora. She's also a chapter leader at the Independent Women's Network. Stephanie, your son took the photos. Let me just say, from the daughter in Deerfield to your son, kids aren't taking this anymore.
You just have to be so proud of these kids. I mean, really, they're leading the battlefront on this, I think. You know, Laura, I just found out a mom called me, and she told me that her son had actually ripped down the A's for abortion sign. He was upset, and he was brought into the principal's office, and they counseled him, and they said, well, you had such a visceral reaction to this. And I think that's just absurd. I mean, how could you not have an emotive reaction to this? Even adults do. And so I'm really proud of the students who are stepping up and saying, this isn't right, this isn't the kind of school we want to be in, this is indoctrination, it's not education. And there's a lot of them.
Fairfax County is one of the most left-wing counties in the country, bedroom community of Washington, D.C., a lot of government bureaucrats. Sadly, they're going to be out of work soon. But, Stephanie, we tried to get answers from the school. All they told us was this is a student-led history project that's part of an elective women's history class. So not teacher-driven? Was that a student who came up with that?
Oh, I can't imagine that a student came up with all of them. It was so ideologically one-sided that how could the students have come up with all of it? Like L is for leadership was another one of the letters, and the only leaders on there were Democratic females. They could have had there were so many different options. Pam Bondi, Tulsi Gabbard, they could have put that on their L for leadership, but they chose not to. And I think that that's probably coming from the teacher, and it's supported by the administration. The display is still standing there, and the school policy, as you mentioned, also supports it.
I have an idea. Why don't you do your own alphabet and you can say L is for Laura, M is for MAGA. You can do the whole thing. D is for Doge. So do your alternative and say, we want to put that up right next to those ABCs. Stephanie, keep us informed. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
All right, good work for your son. All right.
Hey, Sean. All right, like I said, 2 different stories in one video about how schools still suck. Wonder why they cut the Department of Education. Look at where the funding's going and all of that. To nonsense. A is for abortion. then you got to teach the kids what abortion is. Like, if you have to have alphabet like that, they don't even know what abortion is. And probably that's the point, because they're a bunch of liberals and they just want to talk about killing babies. You know, their fetish they have. A bunch of fucking weirdos. Anyways, next up we have President Trump live earlier today. Like I said, we missed it because I didn't have internet because we got a bunch of snow and they had to do maintenance and all this other crap. So anyways, President Trump was on stage with a bunch of leaders of sorts talking about how Hyundai is investing $20 billion into America and how they are bringing manufacturing back to America by building cars and stuff like that here. Now, at the end, he took questions for a little less than 10 minutes. We're going to watch the questions being asked by reporters. We're actually able to hear it this time. So I figured it's kind of like a mini press briefing. We're having reporters asking questions, and President Trump will be answering them himself. Like I said, the video is a little less than 10 minutes. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these schools and the way that they're trying to treat these kids. What's up, Russell? Happy freedom to you. Russell, homeschooling looks better and better. That's right. Yeah. The tough thing is that people have to work so much that they're not able to homeschool their kids. Not a lot of people, which is unfortunate because, yeah, I think at this point everyone would be better off just homeschooling their kids. Mac Daddy, I hope the T was for Trump. Yeah. No, the T was for trans woman. Why couldn't it just be trans? Like, that's bad enough on its own. Why is it trans women? Because there's not very many trans men. That's why. They're like, it's a failing system. I don't know why they keep trying to push it on people. It ain't working. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. Josh 1776. Damn, they actually used a coat hanger. How cruel. Yeah. I mean, imagine being like 6 years old and A is for abortion with a hanger on it. How are you going to remember that? You don't know what abortion is. You don't know what the hanger is for. You probably still pee your pants. Like, you don't know anything, and this is what teachers are pushing on you. It's wrong. The same thing for the girls' situation, right? The girls having to change in the locker rooms and stuff. They're trying to mess these kids up while they're young at school. Here, Juicer, stop saying Illinois. That's Chicago. Yep. Chicago. Snugs, so disgusting and sad. I agree. Russell G is for gun. What's up, Elisa? Happy freedom to you. Elisa, that interview ended with "good luck with your son." Interviewed her about her daughter in the locker room. No. There's two separate stories. Fanatical gave me an idea. Gonna put together a conspiracy theorist alphabet. Well, I can't wait to hear it, Fanatical. It sounds fantastic. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. B is for butt stuff these days. Yeah, Elder Zoomer. It is. Holy. Bobby, B is for boobs. See, this is the alphabet they need to learn. Everyone's saying the F word over on Rumble. That's so awesome you could say that in the chat. I don't think you could get away with it anywhere else. Matthew Newspeak. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Too old to care. Sick world we are living in. Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were going to do away with all this crap when we voted for President Trump, but these leeches, they're just holding on to their woke crap. Pumpkin, what would happen if the girl boycotted the locker room? Oh, if the girls boycotted the locker room, they'd probably all get Fs and have to take the class over again. The students shouldn't have to fight back against the teachers. That's the thing. It shouldn't be a situation where they got to get unionized and stuff like that. These schools are wrong. It should be way more sensitive. If a teacher's even questionably mistreating any students, they should just automatically be investigated. It shouldn't be like, we're going to take the teacher side over the 13 kids who don't want to change in front of a little boy. Like, stupid. It's nothing to even argue about. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Fanatical B is for Bigfoot. B is for bigot. SOS. Legally, if your child isn't in school, DOE police show up for the parent. Well, I don't know what DOE is. All you have to do is tell the school you're pulling your kid out for homeschool, and then you get a piece of paper from the state website. At least that's how it is here in Michigan. It's very easy to homeschool your kids. But yeah, if you don't do that, if you're not walking that path, then yeah, Truant's Academy will show up and take your kid away. Happened to a buddy of mine when I was a teenager. Screaming Eagle X is for xylophone. How does that work? Shouldn't it be Z? No, it's spelled with an X. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. Here, Juicer. D is for dyslexia. Yeah, I know. Dixlesia. It's a hard life. Hard life. Just sitting here saying in my head, take that Dixlesia. That's some sexy talk. Pumpkin, schools do not care anymore. That's so sad. Yeah, it's not all schools, but these liberal schools, these are hate dens. Meta. J is for Jeff Mack. No, they'd never say that. They think I'm some right-wing extremist. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Oh, yeah, the DOE. Yeah, the Department of Education. Right. Now we're all on the same page here. I was thinking of a smaller agency, like when somebody says CPS or something like that. Thanks for getting me up to speed here, Rich. What's up, Kat? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Visions? Happy freedom to you. Magic. I think Gutfield looks like Gilbert Gottfried's brother. Hold on, I don't know who that is. We're going to Google it really quick. I think Gutfield looks gay. And everybody got all mad at me because I said that, but I don't care what you say. He does. He looks like he flips his wrist and wears a purse, sniffs a wiener on the weekends. I'm sorry, he looks like that. Ain't my damn fault. This guy, a little bit. Yeah, he does kind of look like that. That's true. What's up, Lenny? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, what do you think P stands for on the liberal alphabet? David. Tampon Tim loves that horsey sauce. Yeah, you ain't wrong. You are not wrong. Can't get enough of it. Drunk on horse juice. J Spray, why do they worry about the woke alphabet when they don't teach kids how to read? That's a good point, J Spray. They can't read, write, or do math, but at least they know A is for abortion. Hair Juicer, I had a friend who was homeschooled, but he just took college courses and showed up 4 days a year to take proficiency tests. Yeah, Hair Juicer, and that's really all it is. Homeschooling, at least here in Michigan, homeschooling is not very well regulated. You basically just test like once every 6 months or once every year or something like that, and if you pass, you passed, and that's it. I don't know. It seems like something to worry about, that it's so unregulated. But then again, look at the schools. You send your little boy to school, it comes back a little girl. At least he thinks he's a little girl, and it's like, You might as well give it a shot yourself. At this point, you couldn't do any worse. You might as well have old man Walter teaching your kids. Snooks, I thought Gutfield was gay, but he's married. Yeah, I know. I got roasted last time I said it. I thought he was gay because I don't even watch him. That humor's a little too dry for me. I like really dark, vulgar humor. But I thought he was gay because I don't watch him. And then everybody's like, no, he's married. He's got a wife. Oh, so he's undercover gay. But anyways. Anyways. Holy. DEFCON G is for gangster. It's been a long time since I've seen anybody that was actually gangster. You see the rappers wearing dresses and tight jeans and shit? It's been a long time. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, that dude on TMZ is definitely flamboyant. Yeah, he is. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he is. What's up, WC? Happy freedom to you. Fanatical, homeschool is a superior education to public school, but you miss that social experience. Absolutely, but if you get around other people that are homeschooling their kids, then your kids can all go on field trips together and stuff. You know, you could show them science and things like that out in the wild. Of course, it's more work that you got to do, but that is true. The homeschooling thing a lot of times makes people socially awkward, unfortunately. Snooks, I still think he's gay. He might be. You never know. Only on the weekends. Rich, I call Tampon Tim's office once a week at least. Really? What do you say to him? At least I can't believe he's not gay. This is just what I'm told. Cheeky Chops, I'm not having kids. Yeah, it's a scary thing, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Melanie, Elton John had a wife also. I didn't know that. The plot thickens. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom. I taught my kid how to start fires with gasoline and matches. That science? Yeah, hell yeah, that's science. You take a cup of water and freeze it in the freezer, and that's science. You know, and that's the reality of the situation. It doesn't take a whole lot. I think if you're homeschooled, you probably get a more practical education. I don't know the last time I used algebra. You know, I can't remember the last time I needed that. Like, there's so much crap you learn in school that just is worth nothing. Until you go to college, you go to a trade school, something you want to learn, that's different. But being in local school, public school, you just learn so much crap. Even the dinosaurs that I was taught when I was a kid, those dinosaurs don't even exist anymore. Now they're all different looking, and they got different names, and supposedly they do different things than what I was taught when I was a kid. When I was a little kid, they told us Pluto was a planet. Now Pluto's got pronouns. So it's like, what's the point of all that? It's a bunch of nothing. They should teach you how to make money, pay your taxes, take care of yourself, like provide for your family, how to be a responsible adult. They should do that, but no. Instead, A is for abortion. Stupid. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get into this next one. Before we do, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Like I said, this is President Trump from earlier today. He showed up with... Come on, mouse, do the thing. Damn, you know, fight me the whole way. He showed up with all these gentlemen that you could see here on the screen. Like I said, Hyundai's investing $20 billion into America. And they're also discussing about bringing manufacturing back to America. Now, ironically, we're not going to watch all of that because we'd be sitting here for an hour listening to it. It's as good as I said it is. Believe me. Just go back and watch it if you want to. But we're going to listen to the questions and stuff because, like I said, it's kind of like a little press briefing here. Now, of course, they've cut this video since I put it on the schedule, so I got to figure out where this all begins. But I figured it'd be nice to hear the president answering questions to the press directly. So let me figure this out really quick. I had timestamps all wrote down, but they cut the damn video. So we're going to hope for the best. We're going to wing it. We're going to be searching around, trying to figure out where President Trump is responding to the press.
Do you have any questions, please? Yeah, please.
The size of the investment, partly because of tariffs. On April 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs will go into effect. Is it truly reciprocal? Are there some countries that might get a break or some sectors that might get a break?
Well, I may give a lot of countries breaks, but it's reciprocal, but we might be even nicer than that. You know, we've been very nice to a lot of countries for a long time, but I call it Liberation Day. April 2nd is Liberation Day. But today, as you know, we did something with respect to Venezuela. You heard about that. and that will be quite important. We'll be announcing some additional tariffs over the next few days, having to do with automobiles, cars, and having also to do a little bit with lumber down the road, lumber and chips. We're going to get all those chip companies coming back. They're already coming back without even doing it. So it's been very good. But we'll be announcing some others. But for the most part, April 2nd will be a big day. That'll be Reciprocal Day. And we'll be bringing some of the money back that's been taken from us. Let's be nice by using the word taken. I don't want to use a stronger word because these guys are professional politicians and they don't like to hear those words. I refuse to use the word stolen from us, but that's a...
Are you seeing that negotiation?
It happened. Well, the European Union lowered their tariffs to 2.5%. We were only at 2.5% for cars, which is very low. And as you probably heard, that European Union lowered their number from much higher than that, many, many times higher, surprised to 2.5%. So that was good. But I don't know that I expect that. It's up to them. But we have reciprocal tariffs.
Mr. President, your reaction to the story in the Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of the Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on sensitive materials and
having to do with what? Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
With the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis? Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time. Anybody else?
This announcement on Hyundai, is this a blueprint for you for other automakers to come to the United States to do what Hyundai was doing and investing so much in Louisiana and creating these new jobs?
Absolutely. That's a nice question from you. That's a shocking question, how nice it is, huh? That's okay. That's a question that's a good question, actually. Yeah, sure. Hyundai's a great company. We have other great companies coming in, and we have some that are going to be staying here and very much expanding. And we have tremendous interest in every business. I can't just say automobiles, but automobiles is a big one. And yeah, this is the beginning of a lot of things happening. We've had, as you know, Apple's announced a $500 billion investment, and other companies have announced $250, $300 billion. But we're well into the $3 and $4 trillion mark, which has never happened to our country before. What it really means is jobs. All we care about is jobs, right? We care about quality and quality of life and safety and security, but we care about jobs. And they're going to have we have a lot of people coming in.
Governor Landry, if I may, Governor Landry, I would love to ask Governor Landry a question, if you don't mind. How did you convince Hyundai to come to your great state? How did you convince them to come to Louisiana?
It was easy. I told them we were going to have a great president this year, right? Look, I think that this is Americans seeing the America First policy in action, right? It's not just promises, it's about action. And not only and I appreciate their patience, because all last year, many of these legislators, the Speaker and the Senate President, we worked on making Louisiana as friendly for business as the president is making America. We worked on public safety. We worked on educational reform, which the president's been working on. We worked on tax reform, historic tax reform. And what I can tell you is to echo what the president said, in Louisiana right now, I believe before the summer's over, we'll have $50 billion worth of construction projects going on in Louisiana. That is a record, Mr. President. It has never happened under any other president, under any other administration. And I can only look at the leadership that he has brought, not only to the White House, but to the world as well. And so to have these executives come here and say, hey, we want to invest in America, because for decades now, what Americans have seen is jobs being offshored rather than onshored. And today's announcement is exactly that. This is a message for all America that this president and their governors out there care about the American worker.
Mr. President, on your Venezuela tariffs, and I have to tell you that if you have any trouble getting permits, which you won't, come see me. I'll get them for you immediately. All right? But you're not going to have any trouble. You know, we had, when I first got involved in this world of politics, when I went down to Louisiana, you know, the two big LNG plants, and they were stuck for 14 years. They tried to get permits, and these were $12 billion and I think $15 billion plants. And they were working on it for 14 years in one case, I think 13 or 14 in the other. And I was able to get them in less than a week. And they were shocked. And probably some consultant got a lot of money for doing it, but nobody spoke to me about it other than this gentleman at the time. He mentioned it, and he did. They were in very much different positions, but they wanted to see if we could break the logjam. And I got it done. In one case, I actually got it done in one day. And the other case, I didn't do as well. It took a full week. And they built, and they're up, and they're very successful now. That was a long time ago, but we got it done immediately. You'll have no trouble getting your permits, I guarantee. These people you're dealing with are top of the line. Okay? But just in case, call me.
On the Venezuela tariffs that you announced earlier today, sir,
yes.
You said it's 25% for any country that does business
That's right.
with Venezuela.
If they buy their oil from Venezuela, they have to pay a 25% tariff to do business with the United States.
Is that on top of existing tariffs? So, for example, China buys
Yes,
a lot of oil.
that would be on top of existing.
45%
That would
tariffs
mean,
on China
yep,
next week?
that's on top of existing tariffs, yes.
And so also next week, April 2nd, as you said, Liberation Day. Is that going to be sector tariffs as well as reciprocal tariffs?
It's going to be everything, yeah. It's going to be everything, but not all tariffs are included that day. For instance, we'll do some. As you know, we have already done steel and aluminum, and that's at a 25% level. And we are going to be doing automobiles, which you've known about for a long time. We'll be announcing that fairly soon, over the next few days probably. And then April 2nd comes. That'll be reciprocal tariffs. But we may take less than what they're charging because they've charged us so much. I don't think they could take it. In other words, they've charged us so much that I'm embarrassed to charge them what they've charged us. But it'll be substantial. And you'll be hearing about that on April 2nd. And it will be Liberation Day because we'll be taking in large amounts of money for our country, and that's lower taxes and all of the things that are good, and jobs, a lot of jobs.
And what's your message to the big corporate clients of the big law firms that you've targeted with your executive orders? Do you want those big corporate clients to find new lawyers?
I just think that the law firms have to behave themselves, and we've proven that. We have others that want to make a settlement also. They, having to do with the election and other things, they behave very badly, very wrongly, and I appreciate the one, these are the biggest firms, and they all came back realizing that they did wrong, and that's why they're doing this. So I just think they have to behave. We have to straighten out our country. We have to straighten out our elections. Our elections are very dishonest, very corrupt, and we have to straighten it out, and it's so easy to do it, and we should go to paper ballots. We should go to one-day voting. We should go to voter ID, and just one other thing, proof of a thing called citizenship in the United States. Wouldn't that be nice? How simple does that sound? Proof of citizenship, voter ID, one-day voting, and paper ballots. Paper ballots are very secure. They have watermark paper. It's very intricate stuff. It's very technologically advanced, even though it's paper. And you'd have no trouble. You wouldn't have dishonest elections, and you'd have them all done by 10 o'clock in the evening. France went to that, and not that I want to copy anybody, but many others have also, and they had 38 million votes, and it was all done at 10 o'clock. They had a winner, they had a loser, that was it. Nobody was complaining. And they had it backed up with paper, and it's so easy to do. The other thing, you'd save about, this would cost you about 8% of what the machines cost. So the paper would be much less expensive. So if you're looking to save some money, that's a good way to save it. So it's a shame that we've gone through it. We've gone through a bad election, really bad election. The election was so bad. And think of it. You wouldn't have had the October 7th disaster with Israel. You wouldn't have had Russia and Ukraine, because that would have never happened. You wouldn't have had inflation. You wouldn't have had the type of withdrawal from Afghanistan that you witnessed, which was probably one of the primary reasons that Russia went into Ukraine. They saw that mess, how badly it was handled. They said, wow, this is a paper tiger. That was handled by incompetent people. But that wouldn't have, we would have been out, but we would have kept Bagram, the big air base, which is 1 hour away from China where they make their nuclear weapons. Would have been nice to have it, but now, you know who has it now? China has it. And so an honest election, and we wouldn't have had inflation. You had the record-setting inflation. We wouldn't have had inflation. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to congratulate Hyundai, a great company, and we will do everything possible. And I will say you picked a fantastic state. You're really with tremendous people and tremendous leaders. And Speaker, I want to thank you for doing a great job. You and Steve, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Steve. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right, like I said, President Trump from earlier today, $20 billion being invested, I think by Hyundai. Let me see. Yeah, Hyundai is investing $20 billion in America, bringing manufacturing back here. I've seen some people in the chat saying that they're also talking about building a steel mill in Louisiana. So good stuff coming up. It's the equivalent of us having a press briefer because Caroline Leavitt didn't hold one today, which is fine. Next up, Alina Habba speaks to reporters after Trump selects her as interim U.S. attorney. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about those questions that President Trump was just answering. Russell, Jeff needs to start signing like the signing lady. I can't. I don't know sign language, and I shouldn't make fun of it. You know, throwing up gang signs and stuff, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Maybe one day I'll learn it. Russell, I like Governor Landry of Louisiana. Or Landry, I'm sure it is. Never seen him before. Not till he was standing there in his blue suit. He's getting smoked over on Rumble. I'm sitting here watching them just smoke him. Sub-Zero, happy freedom to you. Here, just a Hyundai. It's a Hyundai. Yeah. Are Hyundais good cars? I've never had a Hyundai before. I don't know anybody that's had a Hyundai that I can think of. SOS, AZ, Maricopa caught forensic audit fraud 100%. Officials played it off by cutting out the audit part. Yeah, we actually covered that. We couldn't cover it on YouTube because at the time you couldn't talk about, what did they call it? Election integrity. That was the only way we were allowed to talk about it. Otherwise, you were guaranteed to get a strike over on that shitty platform. Good Lord, Screaming Eagle. Let's guess someone's wife. He was just posting his wedding photos over on the chat on the website. Holy. Sage Pup, yeah, it's hard to hear what's being said over that loud-ass gold tie. That guy, I don't know, he was dressed up. He was looking fancy. You could tell he's from the South, though, choosing to wear that wardrobe the way he did. All you guys are smoking that dude that, what is he, a governor? Over his gold tie. And President Trump wears a gold tie every now and then. You guys all compliment him on it. President Trump can wear a gold tie, but the governor can't. You guys are mean. You guys are mean. Matthew, Hyundai has come a long way. Well, that's good to hear. I literally don't know anything about him. J Spray, they'll rust out quick in Michigan. Oh, I believe it. Most cars only survive like 2 years before they become junkers. Good old Michigan, just chewing up vehicles left and right. Hair Juicer, my friend just got a new Elantra. It's a whoop-ass car. Is it? Maybe they're good cars. Jay Spray, but Trump's the Golden Eagle. Well, that's true. That is true. Matt Rogers, we had a Hyundai for a while. Only problem we had is that the airbags didn't deploy when our son wrecked it. Well, that's a pretty important part of the vehicle. Sorry your son wrecked it. I hope he was all good afterwards. Brian, is that their new motto? We've come a long way. I mean, that's all right. There's, it's not the best motto, but it's all right. What's up, Garlic Press? Happy freedom to you. I had a 06 Hyundai Sonata built in Mississippi. It was a great car. It's badass. I literally don't know anything about it, so you guys are learning me on it right now. Visions, I tried gator tail. I would too. I hear that gator tastes like chicken. This probably tastes like fish tank and chicken, I assume. Hooligans Island, it's like steak. I mean, I'd try it. Magic, Kia is the most popular car theft these days by far. Why is that? Is it just easy to break into them? What's up, Villa? Happy freedom to you. Hyundais and Kia both get stolen a lot? I did not know that. Hey, I lived in Louisiana for 3 years. It's too hot. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to stand the heat down there. I bet it's really humid too. Like Florida. Florida is so hot and humid, and I can't handle it. I gotta just sit indoors. No fun. Snooks, fried gator is great. It tastes like chicken. It's not fishy. That does sound good. Russell, you like gator too? Mac Daddy, I have two Hyundai Santa Fe 07 and 015 and a 2015. Great vehicles. That's badass. Well, I'm glad he was all right, Matt Rogers. Jay Spray, in my opinion, they're all junk. Drive what you like. Yeah, I feel that. Elisa, gator is good. I'm gonna have to go figure that out. We don't got gators in Michigan, so I'll have to travel, I think, to get some. That'd be awesome, Matthew. All right, hooligans. We'll get on to this next one. Let me see where we are here. Alina Habba speaks to reporters after Trump selects her as interim U.S. attorney. Now, I don't know if her position has been changed, or if she just has an additional title, because she was advisor to the president or something like that, and now she's going to do this other thing if YouTube ever shows up. Like, holy shit. All right. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm sure you've seen President Trump has just put out a statement that he has appointed me as the interim U.S. attorney for the state of New Jersey, my home state. As you know, I've stood by President Trump, his family, the organization, and many other clients in that state where I've been born and raised, and I'm raising my babies now. But there is corruption, there is injustice, and there is a heavy amount of crime right in Cory Booker's backyard and right under Governor Murphy, and that will stop. I look forward to working with Pam Bondi and with the Department of Justice and making sure that we further the president's agenda of putting America first, cleaning up mess, and going after the people that we should be going after, not the people that are falsely accused. That will stop in the great state of New Jersey starting now. Thank you so much.
Who are the people that you want to go after?
We'll see when I get in there. We got to see what's going in. I know you'd love that narrative. Let me be very clear.
You mentioned politics.
I didn't actually.
Cory Booker and Governor Murphy.
Correct, because I think Cory Booker and Governor Murphy have failed the state of New Jersey. If you look at what happened in crime, what's going on in Newark, what's going on in Camden, this has been a neglected state. It is one of the most populated states for its size, and it needs to stop. we're going to do a bang-up job. I cannot wait. It's a great honor.
How long is
Thank
your
you all.
appointment for?
Thank you very much.
Why did the president?
Alina, do you have any more information on this U.S. attorney who died? I know she died of natural causes.
No, I do not at that time, but I do pray for her family, and I hope she rests in peace. That was tragic.
Why did you leave the room with
I will be leaving the White House soon and going to New Jersey to serve in my current role and my new role.
This isn't ahead of some statewide ambition.
Thank you all so much. I'm excited. I'll see you in Jersey.
Interesting. She said her current and lead role, I think is what she said. So it sounds like she's no longer going to be advisor to the president, which is pretty interesting. Next up, we have They Broke the Law. Joe Somebody reacts to private information being leaked in the JFK files. And if he actually does a lawsuit, I think he's going to win, because President Trump admitted that they released SS numbers when they released the JFK files as a way to prove transparency. But this guy's still alive, and he had one of the SS numbers that was provided to the world in the JFK documents. So he's just waiting for his identity to be stolen. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about Alina Habba becoming the interim U.S. Attorney of New Jersey. Matt Rogers, the lady she was just asking about died from a brain tumor. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Russell, the long neck of knowledge. That's right. Matt Rogers, Alina Habba posted a video the other day showing off Joe Biden's fake Oval Office. Yeah, I seen a couple clips from that. Chase Brad, I've never licked a gator. Sounds like trans chicken. It might be. I don't know yet. I'm investigating. It's currently under investigation. Totally care. Throw the book at Booker. Sounds like a plan. Alina Habba is going to make New Jersey great again. That'll be interesting. Stoner, he should have thought about that before he helped kill Kennedy. Well, I suppose you're right. Screaming Eagle, give that woman a cabinet position. Well, she was advisor to the president. I'm pretty sure that's a cabinet position. I don't know why there's the change. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy freedom to you. Brian, too much pancake makeup? Yeah, I don't know what it's called either. Not a big fan of makeup. Screaming Eagle, Jersey sucks. She's right. It's too liberal, I know that. And Mahmoud Khalil, the terrorist sympathizing activist that was arrested and he's about to have his green card revoked, they're about to ship him to New Jersey to do his trial at some point, or, well, his court. I don't know if he's going to trial, but his court case is supposed to be in New Jersey. We'll see how that goes. Bobby, you ain't never heard of the Kia Boys? No, I have not. I hope it's not a rap group, because it don't sound that cool. Bobby, she would need 2 neck braces if she got hurt. Well, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. Pag Gator is good. It tastes just like chicken. I want to try it. What's up, Light Rain? Happy freedom to you. Agent O, can't forget possum. No, I'm not eating a possum. I'm not. I've seen possums. I'm not eating that. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy freedom to you. Bringing accountability to the state of New Jersey. Go, girl. Make them accountable. Absolutely. We need it. Seems like the Democrats have been backed into their dark little corners. And now those places are just on fire, turning into shit. And it's going to get worse the warmer it gets outside. I think we're going to see protests and all of that. Only time will tell. Jam, you have Nutria in Michigan? I don't know. I don't know what Nutria is. Let's Google it, I guess. Can be worse than anything else I've Googled lately. A muskrat? Is that what it is? I don't know what the hell this thing is. I have never heard of one of these. Let me see if we got one in Michigan. I guess it's like a beaver. I guess we do have them in Michigan. I don't know what the difference is between a nutria and a beaver is. It looks like a beaver to me. It's not the kind of beaver you saw last night. Anyways. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm not eating that either. Too real. What's your dream vehicle? A functioning 09 Outback. One that doesn't howl while it goes down the street. What's up, Cruz? Happy freedom to you. Cruz is like eating a rat. No, I don't want rat burgers. I'm good on that. Nah. Josh 1776, and that's enough Twitter for today. Just saw a woman playing with a gun and shot a guy in the head. X needs to censor that shit. I talk about that all the time, Josh 1776, and nobody believes me. Like, I think we're getting exclusive views on X. It's the same way. It's like news, some girl pulling her tits out, news, somebody getting their head blown off, news, a child being abused, news, a dog being hit with a hammer. Like, it's hardcore. You have X for about a week and you see that shit, it's hard to tell up from down after that. You start to become desensitized to that graphic content. MacDay, you can get Gator online. I don't know if I trust it though. You imagine getting Gator online, you find out it's actually his neighbor Fred. It's just the shin meat. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to go south and like try it organically. Stoner, rat burgers are good. And Taco Bell wins fast food wars. Yeah, I remember. What is it? Demolition Man. As soon as I said rat burgers out loud, that was the first thing I thought of. What's up, Dabs? Happy freedom to you. That's on Instagram too nowadays. I've heard that Instagram has kind of loosened their policies after being busted for allowing pedophile rings to run on Instagram. That's why I haven't even been on Instagram since they announced all of that. They have hashtags so pedophiles can find each other and trade inappropriate child content. And after we covered that news, I no longer was messing with Instagram. But yeah, I heard that they loosened their community guidelines. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to heaven. I've worked at a funeral home. I've seen enough. Yeah. See, I don't get jobs like that because I don't want to be that far from zero. Like, I want to be somewhere near the ground. If I start seeing open bodies and getting used to that, I don't know what kind of person I'll turn into. So I just choose not to make those choices. Villa, they sell Gator there. Papa Duke's Seafood Kitchen, downtown Royal Oak, Detroit, Michigan. Wow, 4 hours away isn't too bad if it's good. Have to try it. Damon Walker, Instagram is just a pornography channel. They must have loosened things up quite a bit. Mac Daddy, so we're going to Louisiana? We might. I'd need a day off. I don't know how to make that happen. No ad, it's pronounced Papa Doe. Thank you for letting me know. Stoner, I gotta go to Wally World and get my great value on. That sounds sarcastic. You be safe out there, Stoner. Kevin, I worked at a slaughterhouse. I seen what goes on in a hot dog hole. That's rough, Kevin. I'll pray for you. Never had a job like that. Sounds badass, no ad. Guess that's why I stick to Omegle and Grindr. It's safer than X. I mean, I guess. I suppose. What's up, Kimberly? Happy freedom to you. Magic, Yemen, some foreign countries launching missiles against major U.S. warships. They say it's Iran sponsored. They seem to be blaming Iran for everything. Ever since like Ryan Ruth got caught, sitting on the golf course, it's like right in that time period. They just started blaming Iran for everything. They were saying Iran was doing the drones in New Jersey. Did they blame Iran for the hurricanes? It's weird how much blame Iran is getting. Yeah, Jay Spray, I tried to fix what I was saying. But yeah, that's not the zero I was talking about. But yeah, you got me. All right, hooligans, we're going to move on to this next one. Like I said, this is They Broke the Law. Joe Di Genevia. That's Joe somebody. Reacts to private information being leaked in the JFK documents. Like I said, his SS number is on those documents. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. If you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live, so definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this video where this guy's private information was exposed by the government directly. He's got such an easy lawsuit on his hands. He's going to win this if he pursues it. Now, I think he's more bent out of shape than anything else. I can't remember if he's actually going to try and start a lawsuit, but it'd be a winner. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
62 years, questions have been swirling over the assassination of JFK 2 months into office, and President Trump delivered on his promise of transparency, releasing more than 80,000 pages related to the investigation. However, some sensitive information was also released. Our next guest was among those whose private information was unfortunately made public in the release of those documents. He joins us now, former U.S. Attorney and Newsmax contributor, Joe DiGenova. Joe, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Delighted.
So what private information of yours was released? What was your reaction to see your name listed in those newly released files?
Well, of course, I didn't realize they were going to release information from congressional committees, which had nothing to do with the assassination investigation itself. We were investigating on the Church Committee, which I was on in 1976. We were investigating assassination attempts by the CIA of foreign leaders and whether or not they had an effect on the assassination of President Kennedy. when they released these documents the other day, I was shocked to find out when I got a call from a reporter that they had listed the security clearance list of all the people on the committees, and I was on there, and on those lists were our names, date of birth, place of birth, and our social security numbers. Nobody had managed to redact our social securities number, which were of no interest whatsoever to the public, but are of great interest to crooks. It was utter incompetence by the people at the National Archives, and really completely unprofessional, and they broke the law. They broke the Privacy Act when they did it.
Unbelievable. Now, Social Security numbers were released. The administration said it would supply everyone who is still living with new Social Security numbers.
Well, that's ridiculous. Do you know what happens when you get a new Social Security number? You have to rebuild your entire financial and personal life in every conceivable way. It takes months. That is not an answer. That is not remediation. It's absolutely absurd to say you're going to give people new Social Security numbers. Believe me, anybody who suggested that has never been through an investigation where you see how starting a new Social Security number works. Believe me, nobody wants to go through that. The solution to this is you don't release this information. And what happened was it was clearly done hastily, and I am beginning to think that it was done purposely to embarrass President Trump, not to necessarily harm any one of us, which it clearly did, but to embarrass President Trump. And the fact is, the people who did this are going to pay. They are going to pay.
How are you going to make them pay? What do you mean?
I've retained counsel, and I intend to sue.
Oh, wow. Incredible. How are you involved I mean, you look like a young man. I mean, I'm sorry to be involved in this.
Well, first of all, I just celebrated my 80th birthday with all the folks at Newsmax. But here's what happened. I was a former assistant U.S. attorney in D.C., and I got a call from Howard Baker and John Tower to come up and work on the committee. And one of my assignments was to work on the assassination plots of the CIA against foreign leaders. And as part of that, we investigated the assassination of John Kennedy in order to see whether or not the CIA had anything to do with it, whether or not there was any foreign influence, which of course there was from Russia and others. And so that's how I got involved in it.
Have you received any threats?
Over the years, many threats. In fact, I've had to report many of them to the FBI. And who knows what's going to happen now. Fingers crossed. And of course, the idiots who released this information could have cared less. I mean, the thoughtlessness, the carelessness involved in this is just absolutely unbelievable. But it is the government. And so what do you expect?
True. What do you think about the release of the files, 80,000? Did it help deepen or lessen the mystery, all the questions surrounding JFK's assassination?
Well, a lot of this information has been in the public and written about in many ways. Many of us knew about the problem with Alan Dulles, who was the director of the CIA at the time, who was having a horrible fight with John Kennedy. And many of us were aware of the activities of the agency in doing things that were counter to the interest of the United States. At that time, what people didn't realize was we had a second government in place, and it involved people from the CIA who were involved in domestic activities, in subverting the government.
So yeah, that guy is one of probably many who just had their personal information expired. Now, like I said, if he decided to bring a lawsuit, it would probably be an easy win because President Trump just admitted on Friday that they even has Social Security numbers in there. He highlighted the fact that they left the Social Security numbers in there. And he was kind of saying, like, everybody involved is already dead, so what does it matter? Well, apparently not. Apparently not. Now, this guy says that he's gotten legal counsel and all of that, kind of suggesting that he's, you know, willing to do a lawsuit and stuff. Maybe he'll win, maybe he won't, but I don't know. Over there on Newsmax, bitchin'. Next up, tread carefully. Pam Bondi issues chilling warning to Dems over Elon Musk. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about Joe Somebody and, well, his SSN number being released in the JFK documents. What are you looking at? There ain't even nothing up there. You just chill out. You chill out. You're freaking me out. Holy. Cat's looking at ghosts. Jay Spray, second government. You mean the deep state? Yeah, maybe he's getting red-pilled. Maybe that's what's going on. We're watching him convert. Guess some sounds like the Biden administration. Absolutely. Russell, he has a good reason to sue. Yeah, I think he'll win if he does sue. Mac Daddy, I agree 110% with this guy. This was done just to make Trump and his team look incompetent. Yep. Well, and that's what really makes me wonder. What was said to President Trump to make him highlight that on Friday? Because he didn't have to say that. They asked him what he thought about the JFK documents, and he was like, well, you know, it's 80,000 pages. You guys need to come up with your own conclusion, whatever. And then he said, all I know is we even released the SSN numbers, and because that's how transparent we were, that we didn't redact anything, including that sensitive of information. So someone must have said that to him in some fashion for him to remember to just blurt it out while taking questions from the press. Either they brought it to his attention and said, should we redact it? And he said no, which would make him at fault. Or maybe somebody brought it up as a point. Like, we're so transparent, we even left this information in there. And he's like, yeah, that's a good point. Something must have happened for him to feel that that was a good talking point. And now here we are Monday, like just a couple days later, and now this guy's like, yo, I'm one of the people that had the SSN number, you know what I mean, exposed and all of that. So I don't know if it was orchestrated or how it all went. Whose problem it is, but somebody's obviously at fault because this information is popping up too many times for it to be a coincidence. Oh, Klaus Daniels. Howling his face off. Guess I've been through about 20% of them. So far I found out JFK is dead. Yeah, I guess that's good research. Good research there. Stoner, meow. I know. Howling his face off. Madam Klaus is a chunky guy. He is. Full loaf. It's still wintertime here in Michigan, so he still has his winter coat on. No ad. As long as it took them to release it, you would have thought they would have did their due diligence. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it didn't come out all redacted like the Epstein files did. I'm still pissed they wasted all that tax money just printing paper of big black boxes because they redacted everything. There's pages where there's nothing but redaction on there. Like, what was the point of printing out binders of that? Kevin, is Klaus cuddle with you at night? I mean, it's like morning time. Like 4 o'clock in the morning, Klaus will show up and flop down next to me. Sit there and wait for morning treats. Brian, Klaus is worried about his SS number now. Yeah, we're going to have to file and get him a new one. He'll be all right. What's up, Enter user? Happy freedom to you. Cody, you got to censor Klaus's dirt bottom. Yeah, he just stands up here and just wants to point the camera right at you guys. I try to keep his modesty. He doesn't know any better. He's just a hooligan cat. What's up, D-Cat? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin. It is all Biden's fault. Yeah, we're just going to blame Biden. They blame Trump for everything. It's just Biden did it, you know? Damn it, Biden. Should have redacted those Social Security numbers. I wonder how many people are going to go find his SS number in those documents and intentionally steal his identity because he went on TV and told everyone that it's on there. Because I don't think, people would know. They seen the Social Security numbers, and then President Trump highlighted it, and I brought that up on Friday. I was like, he kind of just told everyone to go steal those SS numbers. But now this guy, he's still alive, and his number's on there. So out of all the SS numbers on the documents, on the 80,000 pages, his is going to be targeted more than anybody else because he went on TV and talked about it. Screaming Eagle, claim him as a dependent on your taxes. I should, as much as he eats. Told to carry fancy feast time. Yeah, just about. Metal Mouth, I'll check it out. T-Cat, Biden did everything, including his daughter. It's true. It's true. But thank God he's incompetent to stand trial. That's what doesn't make any sense. Like, well, he's not fit to stand trial. Oh, you have to be fit to be punished for your actions? Oh, all right. Appeal to heaven. I mean, if someone signed all documents with AutoPen, doesn't that mean all the AutoPen signatures are void? I don't know, appeal to heaven, because President Trump said it is void, but there hasn't been like an official announcement that like Fauci's pardon is void. There hasn't been any official anything. Trump was just like, yeah, we think it's void. And he said it in a way that's just like Trump just acknowledges anything Biden did as void. But it doesn't mean the government feels that way. And so I don't really know. I think it should be void. I think any important document that was signed with AutoPen should not count. That stuff should be undone. It should be void. But there hasn't been an official announcement about it. President Trump posted a truth post saying that it's all void, that they just look at it as void. But until Fauci's being, tried, I don't see it as void. Elder Zoomer, my generation won't ever get a dime of Social Security. Yeah, we're not going to get Social Security, and the only hope we had was that Doge was going to clean up the millions of people who are collecting Social Security checks right now that are over the age of 150 years old. But some random judge just prevented him from being able to access Social Security numbers, so there's no way to compare the fraud from the not fraud, so that I guess that's just going to die, and we're just never going to have Social Security, I guess. Elder Zoomer, making it void is a good start, but freaking arrest someone already. I know, I feel the same way. We got Pam Bondi coming up next. It's like that meme where the person's standing with a stick and it's like, do something. Just do something. That's how I feel. What's up, U-Town? Happy freedom to you. Steve S. If it didn't require a signature from a human, why would you need a witness to the signature? I mean, I don't know why they use the AutoPen. Unless they're like signing goofy shit, like signing posters of yourself or something goofy, something unofficial. If it's like that, use the AutoPen. Do it up. But if you're sending official government documents that change our country and stuff, you should have to handwrite that shit. Like, what are you going to tell her? Oh, I had to sign 15 documents. It's really hard. Like, you're the president. Like, it's too bad. It's too bad. There's a lot of lower level people who have to sign more documents than that. So I think that any serious document signed by the president should be hand signed. Agent O, from letters to fans. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's AutoPen stuff. But like official documents, you should have to hand sign that. Magic must be the giant black boxes of transparency. Yeah, those redacted Epstein files. And I don't like that Pam Bondi accepted all that praise. They came out with the binders and they were like, most transparent president in American history. It even says it right on the binders. The binder's full of pages of redaction, like redacted information. So it's like, okay, great. Thanks, Pam Body. Thanks for that. Thanks for wasting our tax dollars on printer ink. John S. Joe is a big Trump supporter, so I think it was done on purpose. Could be. And yeah, I think Joe voted for Trump. Spirit Matter, happy freedom to you. Klaus is a handsome cat. I agree. Thank you. Birthed him myself. Back labor for 16 hours. His cat hair gave me heartburn. I know the Democrats watching believe it, but you know what's what. Enter user, sign your own death certificate. That's use the auto pen. Yeah, that is something. Metal Mouth. Oh man, that's a long story. I'll try and type it out to you, Metal Mouth. I don't want to give him any more attention. He's a bad person and a drug addict. Appeal to heaven. I'll look up that truth post. I'll add the Fauci thing. Yeah, I wish they would just make it official that anything that Biden signed with AutoPen is actually void. I wish they would do it, but I don't know if they're actually going to. Either way, we're going to get into this next video. Like I said, it's titled Tread Carefully. Pam Bondi issues chilling warning to Democrat over Elon Musk. Now, I got to grab the timestamp here because it's like a 15-minute long video of most of its nonsense. Let me see. All right, getting into this. Once again, this is Pam Bondi saying, tread carefully. Bondi issues chilling warning to Dem over Elon Musk. Now hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
What about these vandals on Tesla vehicles and dealerships? Give us the consequences there, and what are you learning once they're arrested? Why are they doing this?
Well, you know, we're looking at so much on this. There have been 3 federal charges so far, and I say so far. We are looking at all of these cases across the country. We have a dedicated task force. These are not isolated incidents, as you know, and these aren't vandals. These are Molotov cocktails. You know, that could be a weapon of mass destruction that they're throwing in Tesla dealerships, that they're lighting these Tesla charging stations on fire that are in residential neighborhoods. I mean, it could cause tremendous damages. And people need to know the 3 people in custody right now, they will receive severe and swift consequences, and they are facing up to 20 years in prison. We are not negotiating these. We are not coming off these charges. We are looking at everything, especially if this is a concerted effort. This is domestic terrorism. And Maria, now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. Yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official. And so she needs to tread very carefully because nothing will happen to Elon Musk. And we're going to fight to protect all of the Tesla owners throughout this country, and it's this basic safety. Once again, domestic terrorism is going to come to a stop in our country.
Well, it's just extraordinary to me that you've got this resistance coming back. We saw the resistance in President Trump's first term, but then after that massive win in November where he won the popular vote in all the swing states, and yet now the judicial part of the branches are getting involved. Are you surprised by these judges, not just Boasberg, we've got 3 others complaining about no men in women's sports and the Doge cuts. Broadly speaking, give us a sense of how you're looking at all of this resistance.
Oh, broadly speaking, we are fighting back every step of the way. We are in court every day fighting against these activist judges. We're not going to stop. Many of them should be recused from these cases. They will be recused from these cases. We're appealing them. Look at Chuckin. Look at Judge Chuckin with the EPA trying to control our money. Judge Chang trying to control the money of the U.S. aid. Judge Reyes, look what she did to Pete Hegseth. She made personal attacks in court about Pete Hegseth, and she's trying to control military readiness. You can't do this. And then, of course, Boasberg trying to control our foreign policy. These judges are out of control. We are going to fight back, and we are going to win. And the Supreme Court will be ready to hear these cases. You know, again, these are federal district judges who are trying to control our nation's agenda. And yes, President Trump won the popular vote by an overwhelming majority. Yep. He won the Electoral College, and the people of America want change. And these judges they are losing, and they realize that, and we are going to win.
Hey, AJ, are we going to hear more about the January 6th commission? And what about the Epstein files? A lot of conversation about the Epstein files. And I recognize that when you're dealing with children, it takes much more time. You've got to ensure that what you're sending out publicly is not revealing any personal information. But can you give us a sense of those two items and whether or not we'll learn more about them?
Sure. You're going to hear, all I'll say on January 6th, you're going to hear a lot more about the January 6th Commission in a very good way. And as to Epstein, yes, you're absolutely right, Maria. You know, tens of thousands of pages of documents and hundreds of victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. So the FBI, they have been working round the clock at my directive, at Kash Patel's directive. Now Dan Bongino's there, who is a great asset for all of us at the FBI as well. But yeah, we have to protect their identity, their personal information to make sure they're safe. But other than that, we are releasing all of these documents as soon as we can get them redacted to protect the victims of him, of all of these horrific crimes that he committed.
You're also...
All right. So, Pam Bondi, they're making more promises and whatnot. I like how she emphasizes that they need to redact information from the Epstein files right after we cover that this guy's SS number was released in the JFK files. So, you know, that doesn't feel right. Either way, Jasmine Crockett, just trash, just human trash. Out there telling people that she wants someone to take down Elon Musk. Now, she didn't say take him out, take him down, so it's a little less threatening. But either way, that is wrong. And then, of course, they bring up the judges standing in the way of President Trump's executive orders, the mass deportations, the fraud that's going on with Social Security checks and all of that. And Pam Bondi making more promises. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know. I'm not real thrilled after, like I was just saying, she wanted to raise a bunch of publicity for the Epstein files, claimed it was all transparent, and then provided a whole bunch of nothing. And not only was it nothing, but they redacted documents that we already had that were unredacted years ago. So they just did a gigantic publicity stunt and then claimed that this is an example of the Trump administration being transparent. I do not like that Pam Bondi did it that way. And they claim, well, you know, these other people in New York or whatever were withholding documents and this, that, and the other and whatever, like it was an excuse. But it's not an excuse. Because when they released those documents and they gave influencers the binders, well, that was only phase 1, which means there must be a phase 2. So there's other documents that they haven't even shown us that they already had in their possession, regardless of those unknown files in New York. She's just playing games. That's the thing. I want her to do good, but as of now, all she's given us symptoms of is that she likes to play games. She likes to walk around with her tits all held out. Like she likes to, you know, pretend like she's somebody special or whatever. So she'd rather have publicity and have her name on everyone's tongue than actually provide something. And that's it. She just enjoys publicity stunts. She likes the spotlight. Well, good for her. Fucking do something. Do something. So we'll see how it goes. She keeps making promises. We'll just keep fact-checking it. Next up, IRS and the ICE is near an agreement to share addresses for deportations. This is a very good example of why you can't trust the government. ICE told illegals, hey, if you get jobs and you make money, even though you're illegal, still pay some taxes. And they were like, okay. So they did. Well, now the IRS is like, those illegals that pay taxes, we're going to use their private information and we're going to give it to ICE. Oh, that's what you get for trusting the government, you fucking dummies. Anyways, It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pam Bondi, as well as Jasmine Crockett being a terrible person, right? She's doing a call to action against Elon Musk. On top of all the other things, she is worthless. I don't even know why she's there. She's a terrible representation for Texas. Anyways, let's get into it. Snooks, I thought better of Bondi. I'm very disappointed. Well, there was a lot of people that were skeptical about Pam Bondi because she brought red flag laws to Florida. She restricted the Second Amendment in Florida. And there was a lot of people who didn't like her because of that. I didn't really know anything about her until President Trump picked her, but she's kind of showing symptoms that she's really not that great. Guess Bondi's kind of hot, so I'll cut her some slack. Yeah, I guess I suppose, but she's still a damn disappointment in my eyes. Josh 1776. The judges need to be held liable for the damage done by their rulings. If an illegal they release kills, they should be held on murder charges. Yeah, Josh 1776. I think the same thing. These judges want to keep allowing illegals to run loose, then hold the judges accountable for their crimes, the illegals' crimes that they refuse to do something about. Russell, this whole crap is not going to turn out well for the Dems. Well, if some accountability showed up, they should just take Crockett to jail. They should take AOC to jail for teaching illegals how to evade ICE. They start doing that, they don't even have to put them in jail for a long time. Just arresting them on public television and making them do the walk of shame and then spending a night in jail with regular Americans, that shit would stop. That stuff would stop. But as long as they can cry and talk about their hurt little feelings and whether or not they turn their wiener into a meat flap and then all of a sudden they're not in trouble anymore, as long as that's the way things go, they will continue to be terrible people. We need accountability. That's what keeps people, level. Gotta make those punches in the face great again. Really turn things around. Guess Elon and Trump should announce support for Planned Parenthood and sit back and watch the fireworks. Oh, man. Could you imagine them condemning Planned Parenthood? He needs to just say how much he loves breathing and just see how that rolls. Roll the dice there. Snooks, you need to get Klaus ready for Speedo weather. I mean, he's ready for it. You good boy. Yeah. Guess some red flag laws are way too open for abuse. Yeah, I agree. Metamouth, yeah. It's because he's on drugs. That's why he's the way he is. What's up, Miss Satan? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, Bondi just needs a little spanking. She'll be all right. You could fix her, Sage Pup. You could fix her. Elder Zoomer also charged sanctuary city officials for every crime an illegal commits in their city. Absolutely. That's like Mayor Wu, I think her name is, and I can't remember where the hell she was. Some liberal shithole on the East Coast. But she was a part of those 4 mayors that went before Congress because they run sanctuary cities and their policies conflict with federal law. So they went before Congress, they got grilled, they admitted to committing federal crimes, then they went home and just kept doing what they've been doing. And Mayor Wu went out there and announced it, celebrated it. Was like, we want illegals here. We stand with you. We don't stand with them. Talking about the federal government, announcing to their people that they do not comply with the federal government. And everybody just said okay and then went home and did nothing. Did nothing about it. I don't know. Tori Wayne, yeah, I'm starting to see why so many were weary of her. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. DCAT, and thus I told you before, and I'll tell you again, hooligans, the government will never tell the truth. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're right, DCAT. What's up, Shauna Vision? Happy freedom to you. No ad, I never bank on the Supreme Court anymore. Yeah, they're wishy-washy. They tried to do something good for the Second Amendment. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if they brought back bump stocks. Maybe that's what it was. They brought back bump stocks or something. We were like, yay, Supreme Court. But then the next day they were like, yeah, you know what's lawful? It's lawful for the government to send an email to any social media company and force them to mistreat their users and silence them. The Supreme Court's like, yeah, that's straight. There's no big deal. You know, the president wants to call Facebook and have you taken down because your memes are too funny. Good. That's in compliance with free speech. How? In what way? In what way is that complying with free speech? That is the opposite of the government complying with free speech. But the Supreme Court was like, nah, that's okay. That's A-okay. Oh, all right. As soon as that happened, I was like, Supreme Court's trash. I didn't realize. No ad. Crockett is a ghetto hood rat. Yeah. She shouldn't behave like that in front of everybody. I mean, everybody's got their roots, you know, but she don't have to act like that in front of everybody. She doesn't impress anybody. Not clicking her nails and smacking her lips and talking shit and whatever. It's like, just sit down somewhere. She's the only person I think is dumber than AOC. DCAT, I can't wait for winter to be over. I'm done with this. I wished it would go away. I know. We got so much snow today. Well, over the last 24 hours. That's what I was saying when I started the live. I'm so tired of false flag spring. It looks like spring. Smells like spring. Nope. 3 inches of snow on the ground. Guess that's not spring. DCAT Boston. Yeah. Yeah. Mayor Wu. Ruining Boston. Shroomish, I hate how drugs get a bad rap for shitty people. Yeah, Shroomish, in moderation, you know. That's how it goes. Josh1776, every time I get on X, I'm tagging you in them, so I'm done. So I don't suffer alone. That's all right, Josh1776. There's actually a lot of hooligans that do that. They're like, I had to watch it, so do you, and just tag me in it. That's fine. Guess some Klaus has a little catitude today. Yeah. I don't know what his stuck up problem is. You strutting around? Huh? Like you pay the bills around here? Touch your butt. No consent needed. What are you going to do? That's right. You just take it. Just take it. Matt Rogers, the funny part is that Crockett's a spoiled rich kid. She's not ghetto at all. Yeah, see, and I figured that was the case. She's a wannabe. What a loser. That's badass, Kevin. I'll get on it. I haven't been on it in a while for the same reasons. Too cold. Can't throw the Pokeballs when your hands are frozen. Yeah, I'll get on it. What's up, MurderCom? Happy freedom. I come here for the kitty. It's good stuff. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Southern Eagleman? U-Town, lock them up. That's right. Stop letting them ruin America. Thanks so much, Southern Eagleman, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 9 months. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Itchy? What's up, Not What It Seems? Not what it seems. I have a funny feeling about most of his appointments. A lot of Trump's picks, I don't know anything about. Pete Hegseth seems to be a good pick. I mean, there's a few of them that seem to be good picks, but then there's a couple that are just kind of random oddballs that don't really see what they're bringing to the table here. Now, but it seems exposing her, maybe. It could be. It could be. I just wish he wasn't praising her so much while it's happening. You know, if he's letting her walk that walk so everyone can see the creature she is, I wish he wasn't narrating so much. Because he's like, well, she's great. She's fantastic. We're really thankful to have Pam Bondi. And this, that, and the other. And it's like he's condoning her behavior. You know, so I don't know. I just know time will tell. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Random? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike Engel? Happy freedom to you. Do you see any news on one of Biden's lawyers' mysterious death? Someone at work mentioned it. I have not, but I will look into it. I will look into it, and then maybe tomorrow we'll have it on the schedule. I pulled up all these tabs and stuff, so after the live, I do a bunch of homework. And if I find anything interesting, I immediately add it to the schedule. So I'll look into it, Mike Ingalls. Thank you for letting me know. Two real men can have fur babies. Mm-hmm. Got some 79 here today. Sunny and it's awesome. We'll enjoy that good weather. Get some. Screaming Eagle Tulsi's good. She seems like she's been doing good. She's been helping with the mass deportations and stuff, right? No, I'm thinking of Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem's been doing good. I don't know what Tulsi Gabbard's been doing. She hasn't done anything bad that I can think of off the top of my head. What's up, K Hearts? Happy freedom to you. All right, we'll get on to this next one. Let me see where we are here. IRS and ICE near agreement to share addresses for deportations. Now, like I said, they encourage the illegals to pay taxes. Now they're going to turn around and take their identification, their address and whatnot, hand it to ICE for the mass deportations. That's good. Tell them to pay taxes and then turn them over to ICE. That's the government. That is our government. That sounds like par for the course. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that you should go check out the Only Hooligan shop for cool custom hooligan items. Now, this shop was created by Alistair, and everything in the shop was also created by Alistair. It's in our effort to get away from third-party systems, so we have more control over quality, pricing, shipping times, and things like that. We will continue to add to the Hooligan shop, but you should definitely go check it out to help support me, Alistair, and keeping the live running. Go check out the Only Hooligan shop. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up here. Maybe. I don't know if Brave browser's having an issue with YouTube or what, but this is going on like 2 weeks of being annoying. Anyways, once again, this is IRS and ICE is near agreement to share addresses for deportations. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
It is the latest move from the Trump administration, covering every possible base in its mass deportation effort. Multiple reports right now indicating the IRS may be nearing a deal to share the addresses of suspected undocumented migrants with ICE. The potential move would heavily go against typical IRS practices of closely guarding personal tax information. And the IRS has traditionally encouraged undocumented migrants to file taxes in this country. News Nation's Jorge Ventura live for us in San Antonio with the latest here. Jorge, what are you learning on this?
Tasha, this is a major development when it comes to immigration enforcement. The IRS nearing an agreement when it comes to data sharing with ICE and the Department of Homeland Security. This would allow immigration officials to confirm the names and the home addresses of suspected undocumented migrants here in the United States. This info would be used to identify candidates for deportation, but it would also mark a major shift in IRS policy. Immigrants without legal status are allowed to file income taxes with the IRS, and historically, the IRS has assured them that their information is confidential. Just last month, IRS leadership did reject a request by the Department of Homeland Security for the names, the home addresses, and also the emails of an estimated 700,000 undocumented migrants here in the U.S., Natasha.
Jorge, how would this plan work? What details are we learning?
So we are learning that if this agreement is finalized, the Department of Homeland Security and ICE officials would be able to give the names of suspected undocumented immigrants to the IRS, who then cross-reference that data with their taxpayer database. We're also learning that according to the IRS's own website, Section 6103 of the Federal Tax Code does require the IRS to keep that individual taxpayer information confidential, though there are certain exceptions, including, quote, for investigation and prosecution of non-tax criminal laws. Now, News Nation did reach out to DHS for confirmation on this agreement between ICE and IRS. So far, they have declined, but we are still waiting to learn more on those exact details, Natasha.
Okay, appreciate that. And Jorge, we also understand the Navy is deploying another warship to help with border security. What are we learning about that?
So the Navy is announcing the deployment of the SS Spurrings. This is the second guided missile destroyer to be deployed to the U.S. southern border. This actually, earlier this month, the USS Gravely was also deployed by the Pentagon. Now, the Navy says the Spurrings has departed the Naval Base San Diego to the southern border to protect America's territorial integrity and to enhance the national security of the United States. The Spurrings will bring maritime capabilities to border security mission on the West Coast, while the Gravely will remain stationed in the Gulf of America. Gravely will also be accompanied by an embedded U.S. Coast Guard team. So now we have two guided missile destroyers now patrolling the U.S. waters. Natasha.
Jorge Ventura with the live report in San Antonio. Thank you.
All right. So the IRS is going to go against their own policy of keeping your personal identification a secret. They're going to go against their own policy. They're going to turn their backs on the border crossers, which is humorous and the right thing to do. They're going to give it to ICE, and ICE is going to try and do the mass deportation, and then the judges are going to continue to try and stifle the mass deportations. Okay. Got it. But at least the Navy's released a warship to help with all of this. Somehow, I don't really know what the warship does. Maybe it deters illegals from coming into the shores like we've seen in California or in Florida, where they pull up on a boat, they just beach the boat and then hop out and run into the country. Maybe the warship is to deter that, I guess, because I can't imagine the warship's going to be like shooting harpoons at stray boats and it might have border crossers on it. I just don't think that's going to happen. We got illegals here that aren't even being deported, so I don't know. I think it's a scare tactic, but either way, it sounds good. We'll see how it all turns out. Next up, we got lefties losing it. I don't know why I can't talk. Of course, it's going to be a plethora of lefties out there losing their marbles. It's coming up next, and it's going to be our way to transition into the fun stuff for the day. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. We got two funny videos coming up, but we got lefties losing it coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about that IRS and ICE working together, as well as the Navy releasing a warship for deterring border crossers, maybe? Matt Rogers, fire off a couple missiles and that border shit will stop. That's right. Russell, Jorge is not a good name. I don't think so. I've never seen hay of that nature. Russell, deporting the illegals is a good thing. I know, and they try to spin it like it's something terrible. Guess this morning SWAT deployed at Tesla showroom in Austin. I can't believe the Democrats just have so little to do. Like, let's go attack dealerships. It just seems like they're envious of never being able to have enough money to buy a car. Told to care, I think those warships are looking for more than border crossers. It could be. Definitely could be. Enter user warship bombs say next stop cartel HQ. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm waiting for them to actually hit the cartel. There's no way they don't know where the cartel is. So I imagine sometime in the upcoming news, there's going to be conflict where I don't know if they'll get wiped out, but they're not going to like what they're met with. Kevin, don't mess with America's boats. That's right. We don't like it. Sage Pup, guided missiles will definitely be needed on the illegals. Run, Jose, run. I mean, you're not running a missile. We'll see if they actually use them against the cartels. I don't think they're going to use them against Jorge or anything like that, but you never know. Too old to care. Have you played with the VR headset? No, not yet. Too old to care. It's always busy around my birthday. I got to renew all kinds of crap, card tags and all of that. I haven't gotten around to it. I got to set it all up, and I'm going to need to watch a tutorial on how to figure that out. Plus, I'll probably have to sit here with Alistair and get it figured out. He's got the same VR headset that I got. He said it takes a little while to get used to. He said that you get motion sickness from it and stuff like that. So I got to figure it out. I got to get it dialed in. Kevin, I'm going to build a snowman and take my frustrations out on it. Just don't fuck it, Kevin. Just don't do that. Just don't. That's where we got to draw the line. We're better than the Democrats, Kevin. We're better than them. Master Meatball, if the IRS was an official part of the government, there would not be even a question that they would turn the information of illegal activity over. Otherwise, they would be aiding and abetting illegals. Absolutely, Master Meatball. I'm sure the IRS has no problem handing over our private information for the FBI to come knock on our door. So I'm not really that bent out of shape about them handing it over for illegals. They would do it to us in a heartbeat. They hate us, and we pay all their damn taxes. Like, we pay all their salaries with our taxes, and they hate us more than the illegals. It's because we voted for Trump. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. If I can get you all ready. Agent O, they told drug dealers and hoes to pay taxes too. Yeah, I want to say there's like something with cocaine. There's some sort of like law or something about cocaine. They want you to like pay taxes if you sell coke or something like that. Some old law. That was the first I heard about the IRS trying to get drug dealers and stuff to pay taxes, which is real funny. I think if you pay taxes for illegal business, your business shouldn't be considered illegal. Because technically they're dealing with drug money and stuff, right? You're paying taxes with illegal money. They're accepting it. So it's almost like they're laundering it for you. So if you make illegal money and you pay taxes, you shouldn't be you shouldn't have the ability to be arrested for your illegal activity because the government basically condoned it when they accepted your tax money. Wayward, I'm on a boat. I haven't heard that song in so long. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom to you. Zero, I wonder if the IRS cooperated with the J6 committee. Could be. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Hair Juicer, the last Resident Evil is absolutely terrifying in VR. I believe it. I don't know if I could do something like that here, dudes. Turn around, run right into the wall, break my face. We'll see. We'll see. Elder Zoomer, tax fraud's how they got Al Capone. That's how they got John McAfee. They arrested John McAfee saying that he was evading his taxes or whatever. Then all of a sudden he was found swinging from a doorknob. And a week after that, they decided to all of a sudden find a self-deletion letter in his pocket saying, yep, I did it. Yeah, I smoked myself. It took him a week to find it, though. He was dead. And like almost 10 days later, they were like, by the way, we found a note in his pocket that says that he did it. And we were all like, oh, okay. All right, then. All over tax evasion. Well, there was other things, but tax evasion is what they picked him up on. What's up, Torp? Happy Freedom? Self-incriminating taxes? Yeah. Yeah. All right, hooligans. We're going to get on to the lefties losing it here. This is titled Rosie O'Donnell is a Democracy Denier, which is real good stuff here. Now, of course, there's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. And after this, we're getting into the fun stuff. Hit that like button if you got a like button. And let's get this rolling.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start, lefties, with the tragic fall of Bill Burr, a comedian who was once hilarious, unashamedly politically incorrect, and not scared to take on the left's groupthink. But sadly, a lefty wife and a severe case of TDS, well, it's reduced Bill Burr to a sad joke, a very unfunny sad joke. Watch him here on The View. Yes, The View. Here he had a golden opportunity to poke fun at these crazy, hysterical women, but instead he's joined their ranks and is railing against Elon Musk.
These tech nerds that want to build robots because they don't know how to talk to hot women they're gonna take over the world. They're gonna take over. They are literally gonna replace us. We're like beta right now, and they're coming out with like the VCR. And I think Elon has got the rockets going because they realize there's other Earths out there, and they're gonna trash this one, and because they don't have any concern for it, and they're gonna move on to the next Earth.
Not sure that a billionaire with at least 7 baby mamas that we know of has any issues talking to hot women. He should probably be talking to less. But great call there, Bill Burr. Remember when you were funny? I do.
Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? You failed them. Not me. Not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on. That's it. Name 5 WNBA teams. Name the WNBA team in your city. You can't do it.
Yep, the WNBA and body positivity were favourite topics, and it was always funny.
Ladies, if you could just support the WNBA the way you support a fat chick that's proud of her body and is no longer a threat to you, you know, that league would be doing better numbers than the NBA. Oh my God, that's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Oh my God, you're a goddess. You're gorgeous. You look great in that bikini. I would kill myself if I looked like that. You saw an alcoholic where you'd be like, oh my God, look at you. You're face down, passed out. Your kids are crying. You're a hero. You're a god. Keep doing what you're doing.
But now Bill Burr is just another lefty losing it, cheering on a murderer and railing against capitalism.
Some corporate had to give himself a bonus check at the end of the year. What if we made it worse, but made it look the same? Yeah. Then could our pools be bigger? Free Luigi!
Where did the laughs go, Bill? Where did they go? But I've got to say, Bill Burr still has some ways to go to rival Rosie O'Donnell in the loopy stakes. Fresh from fleeing the US for Ireland, Rosie is now engaging in dangerous democracy denial and trying to start a conspiracy theory about the swing states and Elon Musk's influence.
I question why the first time in American history a president has won every swing state. and is also best friends, and his largest donor was a man who owns and runs the internet. So I would hope that that would be investigated and that we would see whether or not it was an anomaly or something else that happened on election night in America when Kamala Harris was filling up stadiums with people who supported her, and Donald Trump was not able to do that. So it's curious to me, and as an American and a believer in democracy, I would hope that we would be able to look at all of the reasons why this happened.
I must have missed when Elon Musk owned and ran the internet. What is she on about? And you won't be shocked to learn that her circle is very small and very insular.
How do you think America has changed in the months since he's been elected?
Well, if you talk to any Americans, they're all in shock, or at least the ones that I know. I will have to say I don't really have many people in my life that support him. I don't really understand how people could support a convicted felon.
Let's go from Ireland to Britain now and hear from the UK delegate for the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women.
I'm actually going to be talking to you about my nipples. As an out and proud trans woman, I can tell you my nipples have been on quite the journey. Soon after starting HRT, my nipples became quite scandalous.
Okay, well, I didn't watch the whole damn video when I put that on the schedule there, okay? I didn't know the dude in the dress was going to be telling us about their nipples. I didn't know that was going to happen. That was fun for everyone. Okay, anyways, Jesus loves us. We're going to now get into the fun stuff. Gotta just get that image out of my head. Like I said, we are going to be opening today's door from the advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. And we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Cats Are Assets. And our official funny video of the day is titled, Keep Your Hands to Yourself or Else. All of that's coming up next. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. We're going to read through the chat really quick, and we're going to get into the fun stuff. I wish Bill Burr wasn't an idiot, because his stuff is funny, and I like F is for Family and all those other bits he's done, but him getting involved in politics, his wife flipping off the president during that one UFC game, and I mean, just, it's not a game, the UFC match, he should just quit. He was advocating for people getting vaccinated and wearing masks. He was like, if you're not wearing a mask and you're not vaccinated, then you're an idiot. I'm surprised he's still with us at this point, you know. I figure he's got enough boosters to put him down, but anyways. Russell, you want to hear about my nipples? No, I don't want to hear about that guy's nipples. Josh 1776, are you gonna drink it today? No, I'm not drinking today. There's snow outside. It's hard enough to drive sober. Mac Daddy, I want to talk about my nipples now. But mine are not that interesting. They just don't have stories to tell. I don't want to know what that guy had going on either, but mine don't have stories to tell. Breeze by you in shock. Rosie, you're a loser. She is a loser. She looks like she smells bad. She's just one of those people. Josh 1776, Bill Burr gets beat by his wife. Oh, I totally believe that. Just flicks him right in his little sack. Yeah, guarantee it. Josh 1776, Bill Burr got a facelift. He has scars near his ears. I saw that on X. I don't know why people mess their flesh up. I just don't get it. What's up, Nefties? Happy freedom to you. DEF CON. I don't think I could say that out loud, but that is hilarious. Cody, why does lesbians want to have kids? I don't know. They don't want to put in the work to make them. I don't know. Jack, Elon, happy freedom to you, Jack. Elon may not own the internet, but Rosie is a major shareholder in Stupid and Slobby Inc. Yeah. I can't believe she actually said that on TV in front of everyone. Well, the guy who owns and controls the internet. Elon just owns and controls the internet. That's like saying owning and controlling the air. Or gravity. I don't know. What an idiot. What an idiot. I got a website too. So do I own and control the internet? I didn't realize. Stoner, I ain't got no nipple stories, but I got some chip clip stories. Yeah, we're going to be encouraging that. Somebody said on YouTube, I forgot to say it, someone had said C is for chip clip. We have our own hooligan alphabet story. Tori Wayne, I hope Conor McGregor becomes president and makes Rosie leave and then she's homeless. That would be entertaining. There's a lot of people that are not fans of Conor McGregor, though. They believe that he's a woman beater or something, whatever he was accused of. But, yeah, I heard that he was running for president of Ireland. Hey, thanks for being here, Metal Mouth. Have a good day. Tori Wayne was definitely a Burr fan. Was, keyword. Yeah. That's how I feel, too. He's funny, and the things he says is relatable until he talks about politics, and then he just shows how soft and stupid he is, which is really crazy, because you hear his comedy, and he talks about how life is hard, and people are dumb, and it's hard to deal with people that are dumb, and a lot of things like that, and you would think that that would harden you. And then he goes out there and talks about having to need to be vaccinated and wearing a mask in a car by yourself and how that's necessary. You're going to kill grandma. And it's like, how do you see the world both ways? You talk about how people are so damn stupid and then you just end up being one of them. I don't get it. I don't know if his wife writes his jokes or what. Rappy, Kamala was filling up stadiums. I know. Full of actors and people being transported. We knew that was... It's funny because we knew that was going to happen. When we saw that people were tracking the cell phone pings off of the cell phone towers, and they were saying it's like the same 8,000 people being shuttled around to all of these rally locations, we were like, what's that going to look like when it's time to vote? All the normies are like, they must have stole the election. We had full stadiums. No, y'all got duped. You got duped. Because their leaders lie to them and they eat it up. Democrat voters love to be lied to by Democrat leaders. It's this nasty addiction that exists and it just shouldn't. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Tree Herder, every time I hear Conor talk, I want some Lucky Charms. I want to hear Conor McGregor say they're after me Lucky Charms. We brought that up the other day when he was at the White House. I want to hear it so bad. I'm sure he gets asked a lot. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you don't ask the guy who'd punch you in the face. I would. I don't care. Be like, listen, buddy. Listen, little guy. You'd be all right. He's like, I'll come at you like a spider monkey. Cody, is that sexy talk? DCAT, it's all theatrics. A little drama here, a little chaos there, a little horror here. Welcome to the big show, stupid Democrats. Yeah, you're right. What's up, Red Wagon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, H-Bick? Rosie is still delusional. Yeah. Thought maybe that jet lag would knock it out of her, but guess not. What's up, Hurley Girl? Happy freedom to you. Bill Burr is compromised. Yeah, Torp. Visions. C is for Rosie. I love that. She's a big fat see you next Tuesday. What's up, Tyson? Happy freedom to you. J-Dog, what the fuck, Jeff? That was not my fault. I didn't know we were deep diving into the nipple talk. Wayward, he's so scandalous. Mm-hmm. Stoner, say the thing, Connor, or else. Yeah, we'll see. There's got to be a video of him saying it somewhere. There's no way that he's that famous with that heavy of an Irish accent and has never said they're after me, Lucky Charms. He should do it while he's fighting or something. People would love that shit. I don't know. Wishful thinking. Anyways, like I said, we are going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door from the advent calendar that was sent to us by Wad. We're getting into our 2 funny videos of the day. All right, what is today? I think it's day 11 of the advent calendar sent to us by Wad. It's full of whiskey, which is a lot of fun. So let's see what we get today. Like I said, I think it's day 11. Where is 11? Here we go. Yeah. Let's see what we get today. Oh, racist words. Okay, Monkey Shoulder, 100% malt whiskey made for mixing. Blended malt Scotch whiskey. This looks like good stuff. Of course, my camera won't focus on it. Klaus Daniels, why are you looking at me like you want some? You can't have none. You're not 21 yet, buddy. Either way, thank you so much, Wad. I appreciate it. I kind of want to take a little sip, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, we're going to get into our funny videos of the days. First one, like I said, is titled Cats or Assets. What the hell is this? Not confirming shit. Get out of here. The hell? Anyways. Like I said, this is titled... Oh, let me get the location off before you think this is Right Side Broadcasting. It's not. Once again, this is titled Cats Are Assets.
This little fucker is a rogue U.S. military asset and a danger to public safety. NORAD has deployed Reaper...
Not the Reaper drones. That's why you gotta keep a Tacticat with you, just in case. Just in case. Getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up here. And I love this. And you guys have probably seen this, but it's definitely worth watching again. This is titled, Keep Your Hands to Yourself or Else.
$2.5 grand later, and then... Hey, what's going on?
It's mine, Daddy. Noah keeps taking away from me.
Noah, give it back.
No.
Noah, give it back.
No.
I said give it back now. Noah!
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry! Larry, you can't just... Oh.
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did you...
Larry! Righto, what's going on here?
Oh, sir, I'm arrested. Oh!
Or else. God, I love that video so much. I actually watched it 3 times before I just showed it, but that's all right. Good stuff. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. Grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in all of the chats. We will read through. And we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Everybody caught those hands. They had the whole police force there, ready to arrest everyone over memes. He said, not today, fellas. All right, hooligans, there is a Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you will also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. Like I said, we're going to read through them. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Hey, thanks for being here, Breeze by You. I hope you have a good day as well. Mac Daddy, I've still wanted to spend all day doing that exactly. I know, like, when your arms are sore at the end of the day and you're like, worth it. Worth it. Just slap the shit out of the whole neighborhood. It would do people good. It would do people good. Like, it just would. You know, I think it's like when you're a kid and you get your ass whooped and then you're like, yeah, I was fucking up. Like, adults need that, but for some reason we don't have access to that. We have jail. Jail's not the same thing. If somebody just slapped you in the ass really quick while you're fucking up, you'd be like, well, you know what? I should probably chill out. Of course, as an adult, you got to get punched in the face. Slap on the ass means something different. But either way, tomato, tomato. Hey, thanks for being here, Russell. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Enter user, I miss slapping camp. I've never heard of that. What's up, Dutton? Happy Freedom. You're late. Probably not gay. You should have saw the video we covered. There was a lot of nipple talk that was uncalled for, and I didn't mean to do that. It just happened. It sounds worse the way that I'm describing it. You'll have to watch the replay. Appeal to Heaven just need a slap every now and again. I'm saying. That's you know, it'd straighten everybody out. What's up, Matthew? Thank you for being here. DEFCON, just don't break the skin, right? I mean, I guess. I don't know. Some of us need a little bit more than others. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here. Wayward better than... I don't know what that is. I don't know if I want to say that out loud. I don't know what that is, Wayward. I'll just take your word for it. I'm trying, Dutton. I hope you're having a good day, too. Thank you, Rappy. Appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great evening as well. Thank you, Appeal to Heaven. Pumpkin with the twerking Santa. Thank you, Tony Rich. All right, hooligans. Let's do the thing. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. We're good to go. Let's get these beats rolling. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll be keeping an eye out for Caroline Leavitt in case she wants to do a press briefing. We'll also keep an eye on President Trump to try and capture him live with whatever's on the agenda for tomorrow. Like I said, we're reading through and we're wrapping this up. Thank you, Matthew. I hope you have a good night as well. Thank you, Pumpkin. Much love to you. Thank you, Meta. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Hurley Girl. Thank you, Cassie J. You too, Appeal to Heaven. Thank you, Tori Wayne. I hope you have a blessed day as well. Thank you, Wayward. Mac Daddy, so in the pledge is of allegiance, it says Republican but not Democrat. It's because we have a republic, not a democracy. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for Coffee with Hooligans. We'll keep an eye out for Caroline Leavitt and if she's got a press briefing, and we'll also keep an eye on President Trump's public schedule. Thank you, Mac Daddy. So definitely find your way back to us tomorrow. Go out there and have a good night today. If you got nice weather, enjoy it. If you don't, stay warm. It is cold here in Michigan. It is snowing outside, which is ridiculous. What kind of spring is this? But either way, go have a good evening. Go find yourself some good food. I will try and do the same. And hopefully I see all of you back here tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright. And that's a wrap.